rounds. And in these semifinals, we're gonna find our first grand finalist tomorrow.
No vitality, the best chance you've got. This is for the grand finals, semifinals of the Intel Extreme Masters Atlanta, kicking off here on Ancient.
Pistol round goes live. We've got Legacy defending on the CT side. We've got GamerLegion attacking into them. Hypex, smoke, flash, a Molotov on Tauson, and a lot of bodies headed towards that B-bomb site. Rez crossing middle, sees nothing. And there's gonna be a timing on this hit. Lado and Art gonna be defending Cave. So the bomb site is open. And Rez gonna take his first steps in. Crossfire with dualies to deal with.
Yeah, this is going to be tough to break apart. Lato and Art both positioned with dual Berettas.
And their safety, they can hold this position. They don't have to worry about the B-bomb site. You can just hold on to Cave, hold on to Jaguar, and set things up for the retake.
Oh, Art ready. Dual Berettas unleashed first. It's Art with the first two. Lato picking up Rez.
That's the bomb dropped as well. It's over.
Yeah, it's a last-ditch effort here from Tauson coming up the ramp. He does drop Art. But Lato now moving out, trying to make sure that this is over. Not allowing a single chance for GamerLegion to fight their way back into it.
Oh, it would be a really, really tough loss if you drop this. Okay, there's one mistake. Dumal goes down on the flank. And now they want to try and aggress in. And Lato, he recovers nicely.
Oh, if Lato goes down there, you got a 2v2 with a player in Cave. Hypex trying to clutch up, but Sadzin prevents it. And it will be Legacy to take the pistol round. Such a strong start in Cave that was so difficult to flip that back, despite a good effort from GamerLegion.
Just kind of a blind loss, right? The tactic you call out of spawn is just countered completely by what they called out of spawn. No real movement by GamerLegion this round to try and figure out and probe the defense before committing to it. And yeah, the bomb being lost in that scenario makes the round so difficult. So Legacy gonna start on the positive note, gain a little bit of momentum, get that economy established, and without a bomb plant, without even really any kills, GamerLegion sit back with no upgrades to the pistol. It's unarmored Glock, so an easy time for Legacy's defense.
We got Dumal, who's moved through elbow. And like Yanko was just saying before this game went live, if you've got Dumal, you've got Art. These two players can't sit still. They're going to be getting aggressive, even in rounds where it's ill-advised, right? You shouldn't really be pushing Glocks as heavily as this, but Dumal wants to bring some attitude, some confidence into the early rounds and try and farm away.
There is like a mentality thing to it, like push down and let them know right out of the gate that they're just not going to get a whole lot of room to work with. That's kind of my thought process coming into this match. Was GamerLegion yesterday played a very chill, very slow, kind of defaulty style around the map, not doing anything super crazy, couple pieces mixed in there, but Legacy's not going to let you have that comfort. And both sides of the map, they like being aggressive. They want to disrupt what you want to do. They want to take away your first option. So my first test for GamerLegion on this series and this map is going to be, can they actually stop that aggression? Can they negate it and put it back so that Legacy maybe loses motivation to be like that, to play in that style?
Listen to take Tauson away. And now the final player left, PR, who has picked up the MP9 earlier, has dished out a little bit more damage than they would like. Sending the rifle in, the replenishment of the reinforcements, and that will be a 2-0 lead for Legacy.
Yeah, really clean start here. Plenty of money built up for the Legacy side. AK-47s and weapons coming for GamerLegion in the first gun round. We'll see how Snacks wants to play this one and how they want to address the mid situation.
Well, we heard Freya sort of highlighting the fact that GamerLegion have quite the reputation here on Ancient. Getting it in the first map of the semifinals, definitely a plus for the squad. But going down 2-0, at least Legacy have a decent start. Let's see if they can continue it as the rifles do come out here for GamerLegion.
Ooh, Snacks found a little sneaky path to dodge all the flames, so no sound cue to let Legacy know that he's actually moved into this position. He himself listening for footsteps to start piecing together what the map looks like. No one attacking or aggressing in middle really from either side. Legacy not even really having any eyes on it whatsoever. A very passive setup there with Sadzin tucked in. As all the defensive emphasis, that's a great shot. Nissim goes down, just jump spotting. Big loss to take early, a 5-on-4, and that's a weakened defense.
You got Dumal moving out through a main. Rez was watching this, but the timing to look away. And he comes right back, but this time, surprise, Dumal's in his face. And a 4v4 as Dumal hunts it back.
And now you can see Legacy's defense thinks that's going to force GamerLegion in to make their move. So defensive smoke deployed to disjoint the attack right as that kill comes out with Dumal's aggression.
It's a strong setup here for the defensive Legacy. 3 players at the B-bomb site. Art in the cubby. Snacks trying to get out of cave. The smokes are up. They're going to step in front of him. Sadson trying to help his teammate, but now Art is completely isolated from his teammates. He's severed off from the support. And so Art is dead inside of the site, and no longer is this setup super strong for Legacy. They've lost a member. They're now down a player for the retake. This is hard to see how Legacy are going to pull this off.
If you don't get a kill pretty quickly as these 3 Legacy players, you might want to start thinking about saving. You've only got 1 kit as well on Lotto, so if he falls, that diffuse is going to be really, really tough. But without a smoke, I don't see how they get into this.
Lato just waiting. The Snacks peeking into the open. Lato to die. Now you've got Sadson and Doom out. Just having to filter away, save these weapons, and GamerLegion do fight forward for their first round win.
Yeah, that's, I mean, all off the back of PR. That's a really dirty shot to hit on a Nissim who's just jump spotting for information down B ramp and catches a straight bullet to the dome. Lovely work. Not going to get that kind of opening each and every time, but well done from GamerLegion recovering the situation. After Rez goes down, the map shrinks, you're running out of options, and PR gives you the escape valve. So first round for GamerLegion. And that'll put the money in Legacy in a very weak position. Oh, nasty.
That is a nasty shot, isn't it? Nissim going to be very disappointed about that.
And tough for Art as well. You can see him, I mean, between 2 mines, especially when those smokes come up. Yep. Really good job. GamerLegion was good with utility yesterday in the quarterfinals. Big reason why they were able to overtake Pain and win that series to earn themselves a semifinal berth.
Yeah, their set pieces are very strong when they decide to go for them. Got nades coming in from Nissim. Just trying to catch Snacks, does a little bit of damage to him, but here comes some aggression from Legacy. Flash play, trying to be disruptive. And that's going to be Nissim with the first. Snacks to trade in. Art with a wall bang. He'll be very happy with that, coming away with the advantage without even having to see his opponent.
Yeah, there's that disruption.
Got the reaction from Rez.
There's that disruption we talked about with the defense from Legacy. They're not going to sit back on their heels, so Rez has a little bit of a play, but a gap in that smoke. Sadson, oh, you're in real trouble. I can't believe he's gotten away with it. I cannot believe he got away with that one.
That's ridiculous. Well, Legacy, a good job at being disruptive here, completely breaking apart Plan A here for GamerLegion, forcing them to try and find solutions. And, you know, if we talk about GamerLegion being a set-piece heavy team, loving those executions, relying upon the utility, you need to be in the position to be able to throw that utility and be able to move in as a team and as a unit. If Legacy are just pushing you down the ramp, killing you, you miss a crucial piece of utility from that execution, then you've got to react on the fly.
Yeah, that's what I brought up kind of at the start, is if you can't handle what Legacy is going to bring to the table, I don't think GamerLegion's going to get options to run their playbook all that frequently. So Tauson is able to cleave one off, still has 3 to find, and then caught from behind. Dumao with another lovely push.
You know Legacy are going to bring that style of your GamerLegion, but how do you combat that? Like, how do you force them to respect you so that you can get that space to play your game and set up your executions?
Well, they might be able to negate some of it. Again, yesterday they played kind of slow, far back in the openings. They didn't really do much on the maps for 30 seconds. The hard thing is you want to gain control of certain portions of Ancient, so you're kind of forced into this. They knew aggression was coming, right, with that smoke down towards double doors. That's kind of the giveaway, especially how shallow it was. Just a nice timing to find. A little bit delayed from Legacy before they pop through.
Smoke down to his elbow, though. Break it open, try and give some vision here to Hypex. Art preventive from moving forward beyond Jag. We'll have to sit behind the fire for just a couple of seconds, but you know he's going to start moving as soon as that fades away.
Legacy's also a very momentum-based team. When they start having these successful, fast, aggressive plays, they just keep going back to it and they keep getting stronger. Good spot from Art. Sees a little bit of information, a little bit of damage onto Rez with the spam. And GamerLegion just now, 1 minute and 12 seconds on the clock, starting to make their first move out middle. Bomb is on its own in aim on the back of Tauson. So they're going to try and meet up through Donut. Sadson and Dumao to defend, and they haven't had a whole lot of attention, a whole lot of love sent their way yet in this map. First real test.
Hypex missing the opportunity, and then Dumao peeks up. He gets away with 2. That's huge from Dumao at the red room. Now PR at least sending 1 shot back, but here comes the next move. It's Art walking out, back turn to Snacks. That's a free kill on the Deagle. But luckily there was a secondary player behind him in Lato to make sure Snacks can't get more. So Tauson, 1v3. First is good, second better, and all of a sudden a chance, because he's got the info in Lato. He knows exactly where he last spotted, and so he's going to move over towards this A site.
Yeah, tough for Lato. He's going to take his time over towards mid, sprinting towards Donut, now going to catch in. It's all on Tauson.
Going for the reload, crossing into the open. But now, where does he think Lato's going to come from? He's got the read. He's looking towards Donut. He's got the right idea. But Lato coming in slowly. Comes down to timing. Will Tauson look at the right spot in time? You better believe he will! Tauson steps up with a stellar 3K. And that can get GamerLegion going in this first half.
Oh, they needed it, and we saw it yesterday. That was what kept GamerLegion in the games, was the clutches from Hypex. Now you've got Tauson delivering the goods. And this round was so perfect. Everything looked so good for Legacy up until this moment. The double swing feels like textbook should have been great, but a 3-on-1 dropped, and Tauson gets GamerLegion fired up.
That's what Yanko was saying before this game, you know, talking about how Tauson showed glimpses last year of him starting to step up and hit another level. Well, getting to see Tauson show up in an important game like this is going to make GamerLegion so much more deadly.
Oh, just these clutches in these moments while Snack starts getting this offense up and running and online. It's such a nice luxury to have. And look at what it's done to the money of Legacy. Now it's not all the M4s. Now it's not all the pop flash peaks and the aggressive smokes for pushes. Playing with MP9s, a pistol, very light on nades. Gonna be a tough round for Legacy start to finish.
Well, tough start here for Rez, who's down to 39 HP, getting spammed down. Here comes a reaction from Legacy. They're gonna be going aggressive in towards A main, coming towards Tauson again. AK out, Dumao, close lives. MP9 in close quarters combat. Tauson doesn't want to get involved in that fight. He's letting Hypex come beside him.
It's interesting, Tauson isn't coming back at all from the A bomb site to help out, despite the fact that Dumao's been spotted. Molotov takes away the fight he was looking for, but good negation with that smoke. Dumao's controlling this situation very well, alone with an MP9 against 2 AKs, and he's winning it out. Excuse me, 2 rifles, an AK and a Galil.
Well, while that's happening, we're seeing more players in GamerLegion get in position towards Donut, right? So Dumao's going to start dropping back, but GamerLegion have put 3 players in Donut, ready for this A split. First contact coming through Donut. Oh. They're blocking each other. Tauson and Dumao, a little bit of confusion, and they're both going to die, and that's the A site wide open.
Yeah, that's a huge mistake. I think Dumao's thinking that they're going to stand and fight. Tauson wanted to back away, but they had to make a decision on either Donut or A main. Dumao had controlled the situation, but with an MP9, he can't stop everything. They just get stuck between 2 decisions. And this round looks real rough.
A great composure from GamerLegion too, right, for those A main players to keep Dumao distracted, keep him pinned, but don't offer up your life. Let the Donut players get in position and let them take first contact. You see how confusing it was for the defending players.
Yeah, no one took control of the situation from the Legacy side between Tauson and Dumao. Nobody made the call. So tied up at 3. Money's going to be gone for Legacy. They'll bring this M4, MP9, and 5-7 into the next round, but that's basically going to be all they got. Tauson and Dumao, they'll have to figure out if they want to invest afterwards.
You mentioned Legacy being a momentum team. Well, the last 2 rounds have surely taken that momentum completely away from them. This could be the point where GamerLegion start to turn up the heat on the T side.
And all of this ignited by Tauson's 1v3, forcing a timeout now out of the defense. Burn one early to talk things over. First conversation with the coach, trying to figure out how exactly they want to work out of this scenario. Not a whole lot to play with in this round. I think they'll have to sit it out. They'll have to look like GamerLegion is going to take a small lead before they can fight back. Haven't seen the op-out on the CT side for Legacy quite yet either. So we'll see how that changes the defense or changes the way GamerLegion moves around the map. But really, this slow style from GamerLegion is going to be really, really effective as long as they have control of the economy. Because Legacy will be forced to play it passive without a whole lot of resources to execute any of their ideas. Let's put them in the driver's seat now. Round 7.
Look what you've got if you're Legacy. You've got Tauson on USP, Dumao is on a P250. At least you've got an M4 here for Nissan, but that's gotta be the winning piece. And they're on the right side of the map. They stack B. And here comes Tauson charging in, trying to open up. That's the rifle going down first. Trying to get their hands on it is Lato. And he's picked it up. He goes into the open, but he's out of bullets. And now out of life. The Snacks takes 2. That's the site overwhelmed. And GamerLegion, it's a little scary for a second because they're running into the stack that's designed to deal with them, but they batter through it.
It's a nice change of pace. That's just a vibe call from Snacks, feeling like out of the timeout, take away whatever they're discussing. It felt like with the way that they were positioned and stacking, they were going to move into some kind of a play to be aggressive towards lane through Jaguar. Obviously, with the B rush, you don't get to execute that idea. So Tauson will hustle in with the USP, the last one to fall, and he will. GamerLegion take a 4-3 lead here on Ancient, opening map of the semifinals in Atlanta.
Is that on a DS?
What are we working with here? Let's rock and roll.
Oh.
It's having a lot of troubles.
Yeah,
it's having a lot of issues. At Old Tech.
Oh, it's a scout. Okay. Didn't miss much. All right, Legacy, they've got their buyback out, and look how quick GamerLegion are about this now. They got a pep in their step as they move out middle.
Yeah, actually really cool to see. Only M4s. Lado's got pep in his step too. Here's one of those aggressive plays. Snack's already going to push forward, take a risk. He heard the footsteps fall back. A little bit of action.
Oh.
Gone down, and Snacks, he's in a backstab position now. This could get even worse for Legacy.
Where does he decide to go, Snacks? We've got Rez, who's just looked away at the wrong time. Art steps out into Donut. But look at this position from Snacks. If anybody decides to rotate back to the A site, which they will do because the bomb's coming over here, then Snacks is in the perfect spot. Now Art's about to walk right into him. That's Snacks taking the frag, and now no shot whatsoever for Legacy to do anything in this round.
Yeah, I think Snacks calling the opening there and kind of taking some intuition. When he sees those kills come out towards the B bomb site, he's like, why don't I just walk through this smoke? Someone's going to have to rotate, and it's usually the mid guy who's the first to go. Takes a risk and gets the reward eventually. Bomb goes down, and nothing Legacy can do about it. So out of the timeout, 2 straight round losses.
Well, GamerLegion played this map twice so far at IEM Atlanta. 13-1 win versus Na'Vi and a 13-8 versus Astralis. Both good ancient teams, right? So very impressive results at the moment from GamerLegion on this map.
Yeah, Legacy planted once in Atlanta against Na'Vi, taking an 8-13 loss in a series that they ended up winning, but this was the map they dropped in it. Snacks looking to take some guns away right at the end. Sadzin tucked into the corner. Good shot from Snacks. Slides into the angle. Ruthless from the in-game leader of GamerLegion.
Yeah, that Tauson clutch just flipped this completely, right? It felt like Legacy were playing with a bit more confidence, very disruptive, suffocating GamerLegion almost.
Off that clutch, 4 rounds in a row.
Yeah, and you can just see the attitude shift. You know, every early kill's going their way. They're just charging out with confidence and decisiveness.
Well, now that also that GamerLegion, you know, has control of the map 4 in a row, have control of the money, advantage in weaponry pretty much every round. Those kinds of like fast, aggressive natures of Legacy, we've seen it backfire now twice. You know, GamerLegion is going to be much more comfortable handling that now that the M4s and all the utility, all the Molotovs and nades raining in aren't always there. Rez has the angle, almost doubles up. Dumal's got to back away, recovers the M4, but nothing you can do. Legacy brings a little bit of investment and danger into this round just to see if they can pull off a miracle, and already on the back foot with the player down.
You can just slow things down if you want, GamerLegion. You've got Tauson in such a good spot up in the red room. He can cut off rotations. He can start a flanklet into the round. So many options now available due to his positioning. PR walking up to the top of the ramp, spotting out Sadzin. It's going to be Raz and PR taking the 2 kills on the B site. And that's the site wide open as they move through. Again, a round that really had nothing in it for Legacy.
It seemed like there was an idea, right? Dumal had the double swing with an M4 on the first player. Dumal had to recover it after he goes down. The big thing was they were kind of delaying it with a pop flash, and Rez had already gotten into the corner, tucked in safely. Yeah, things are just rough at the moment in every sense for Legacy. GamerLegion showing some superiority on the map early on. Doubled up the scoreboard, and it's 6-3. You mentioned this, both teams trying to re-enter the conversation, and both teams that have had some slumps, that have had some lineup changes, that have had some periods where they've struggled. And it feels like at this event, yeah, that is kind of the goal, re-enter the conversation, and they have. Both interesting teams, Art playing very well, having Legacy playing very well up to this matchup. They haven't dropped a series here in Atlanta at all. Wins over M80, Astralis, and Na'Vi. GamerLegion as well. Snacks has this team turning around. They've shot up the rankings throughout his tenure here. Losing to Na'Vi early on, but Liquid, Astralis, and Pain have been their victims on this path. Pain in the quarterfinals, eliminating them and now meeting their fellow countryman Legacy in this battle. Second timeout used by Legacy to discuss things because it's going horribly wrong, but for the first time, we're gonna get the op of Sadzin in play. And we'll see if that can change the way this map goes. We'll see if he can have influence and slow down GamerLegion, because this onslaught right now, Snacks feels like he can do whatever he wants on the map.
Let's see what Legacy can do, what they can change up. to try and give themselves a little bit more life in this first half.
Out of the last time out, Snacks called that very, very fast B rush. This time taking a different approach. Gonna try and activate Rez in middle.
Smoke breaks open. Sads and Zolp not spotting any targets.
Yeah, I think they missed Rez crossing yet again, so gotta be careful of how wide you swing that in middle when that smoke blows open, but Rez now making his move.
He's moving ever closer to red, and it's gonna be Snacks just annihilating Art on the other side.
And that opens up the avenue for Rez. He was already making this move. He gets to keep going. This is a really nasty timing to hit. Lado and Nissim coming over to control the situation, but they can't.
It's so quick, and elsewhere, Tauson's gonna frag. No chance. Absolutely none. Legacy getting destroyed on Ancient, and GamerLegion showing us why they like to go to this map time and time again. They're not even in it at all here, Legacy.
I mean, this is surgical. This is GamerLegion using a scalpel and just finding everything they want. Just exact moves, perfect moves at the perfect time. And Sadzin hasn't even been able to fire this op yet. Hasn't seen anyone for the first time he's got it in the field. I mean, GamerLegion have the opportunity to be ruthless. Still plenty of time in this bomb timer, and you can see him sliding across the map. They want it. They know it's the offer. They want to take this gun away, and now they've located it. And now they've got it. Nothing for Legacy in the next round. GamerLegion has just been absolutely comprehensively dominant. 6 rounds straight.
You know, we're asking who needs to step up for GamerLegion coming into today's game, and Hypex was the name that Yumi threw out there, but it's the riflers right now that are doing the work. They're not needed on the T side of Ancient here at all, that AWP, and you know, you get to see the strength of GamerLegion. They do have a great core of rifling abilities, and here's Rice just charging out elbow. Art gonna die first, and all that space in mid is given over it. Dumao doesn't want to let it go for free. He's challenging, he's trying to get involved in the fight, and he will beat out Tauson. He'll do damage onto Hypex, but Rez again coming out of elbow with a headshot, the result.
Yeah, Dumao never knew he was in the corner. Thought the second player was in the smoke. Look at this smoke fade. Okay, right next to Snacks, he spots the shoulder. Nissim tries to slide through. It's starting to feel real desperate for Legacy. This half is completely unraveled for them. 3 out of 4 to start, but now 6 in a row. And looking like it's going to be 7 in a row. Snacks going to hold on for this push. Finds Lotto. And B bomb site is open for them to waltz into.
Sadzin coming right back over with a 5-7, but he's got to get a perfect scenario to play out in front of him. At least they're kind of low, so he gets 1v1 fights, but it doesn't matter. Even with that 1v1, Snacks comes out on top of it. It's a 3K from Snacks. 11-6 at the moment as we head into the last round of the first half.
I think Naf went home, dude. 5-round lead. I think at this point, if you're Legacy, you've tried so much, so many different looks with kind of the pushes and aggressive natures. I think you almost just sit back and play this one static. Just play a standard round. See if GamerLegion can actually push up and beat you. You probably feel they can at the moment, but the aggressive stuff certainly ain't working. Sadzin at his up yet again in support over in middle.
Well, Rez is out elbow again. There's the swing. Rez gets 1. Art and Lato's aggression this time panning out. We get 2 kills, open things up for Legacy. 4v3 to try and convert upon, and good damage as well. But here's Tauson.
Yeah, this is the move. You know, there's so much attention over in middle. Hypex is there. He's saying they're throwing nades. There's at least 2 in middle. You've seen a player pop out of cave as well. You have this map kind of a little bit of a vision of what it is, and sliding into the A bomb site, the defense is extremely weak. It's going to be Lado who's got to come over as the first defender to check out what's happening.
Into the open. Art going to pick up Tauson, so preventing that failsafe. Now we got Hypex stepping out into the open, 50 health because of the grenades. Lato seems to be arriving at the perfect time to catch him though. And even then, Hypex wins that headshot. So it's still doable here for GamerLegion somehow. Especially with PR coming over through middle. I
like this. There's time for Hypex to just back out of this bomb site completely and let PR play next.
Oh, Art has been spotted. PR, can he move up on this? Good positioning, he gets to it. Oh, you can't let this one go, Legacy. This would be back-breaking, spine-shattering.
Finally, Sadzin gets a chance, though.
Yeah, he comes over, but he's blocked by the smoke. And just at the perfect time as well, as GamerLegion start to arrive towards the bomb site.
Ooh, I feel like that was risky, but he gets away with it. Tauson going over towards Temple. Nissim crawling in as well. No kit. Bomb planted. Hypex and PR both going to back up and play doubled up in Donut. Only flashbangs for Hypex, the only utility in play in this clutch.
If GamerLegion win this, it tells you exactly how this half has gone. This should have been Legacy's round all day long, but somehow a 2v2, a winnable situation. GamerLegion going into the open. Nissim wins the duel, so it's got to be Hypex. He's been clutch all tournament long. He has to get to the defusing player, but he's got that headshot. He's pulled Tauson off. But the Opera gets to the kill, but the time is the question. The high fives are coming in. They believe there's time for this. They're going to hold it all the way, and it's down to the wire, but pulled off as Legacy secure a 4th round right at the end of the half. But GamerLegion are in control.
Well, GamerLegion put Legacy on the back foot, put them in their back pocket even. They were dominant in that first half, ran over them anywhere they wanted on the map. We switched sides, and Legacy's got a recovery mission. We mentioned they were an aggressive, momentum-based team. GamerLegion never let them build up any of that, so it's got to start here on the T side, on the offense, where they get to dictate the pace, and they get to dictate the action. And what does Art have in store for us? Pistol round is live. Dooley's on Hypex, Nate Flash on Tauson and Snacks. Tauson with a full kit of utility, and Legacy's heading towards middle in the A bomb site.
And they're coming out towards Donut, where you got PR and Rez and Snacks to be the early warning system. So now they know Rez turns to fight, but he takes 99 damage on board. He's on 1 HP, and then Art and Dumal sent kills across the server. Is another one picked up here for Legacy.
Yeah, this is crazy. This pistol round is actually really weird. I don't even blame GamerLegion for getting absolutely deleted. I don't know if that was all by design or if it just worked out so nice. Throw in the utility at the A bomb site. You kind of fake that you're going to come out A main. The Donut defenders kind of turn their gaze for just a moment, but then Legacy sinks back as if they just wanted to sense it like it was going to be a hit. Everyone got pulled out of their positions from GamerLegion and just picked apart. That's actually really disgusting. One tries to swing out at a Jaguar and gets eliminated. One in Red Room gets eliminated. Then Donut's wide open.
We got Art already out. Mac 10 swinging. It's going to be Rez who dies. They follow up is there as well. And a good start here. I think initially in the first half, the game plan seemed to be looking like it had legs to it for Legacy, right? Getting in GamerLegion's face. The first few rounds didn't feel like they even really stood a chance. Then Tauson just takes it away as it was starting to get going.
Yeah, and they never recovered from that, which is unfortunate. I don't know if you guys can tell from this round, but it's going to be a little bit of a different flavor in this half. We're going to see a lot faster pace at the openings for Legacy than GamerLegion had in their own offense. Are just running out mid with the Mac 10. Now taking their time with the two-man advantage, knowing they don't have to press the issue anywhere. They've got all the advantages in the world.
A shot from Snacks. Dropping back into the cave in behind the smoke for the time being, but PR is coming up next. Oh, he had a chance, but 1 second longer, and he had a really good opportunity to take another kill there for GamerLegion.
Yeah, Lado wasn't even considering it, but Dumal had his head on a swivel. He swung for that as if he knew someone was going to be there. Everyone coming up B-ramp now. Snacks, that Deagle's got to do way more. There's one.
Okay, Snacks finally getting taken down by the Mac 10. Some stylish shots, but isn't going to unravel the round completely here. So Legacy, that's back-to-back halves where they've won both the first rounds. Unless Tauson, once again, can steal this away from them.
It's not over yet.
Yeah, flash goes out. Tauson on the 5-7. He's got a 1v1 fight, but Dumal confident steps into the open and lets out a yell as Legacy have a good start in both of these halves now. The gap is just 2 rounds.
I think Dumal and Art are going to have a lot to say in terms of how this half goes for Legacy. Both of those guys are the top performers for their team. Dumal 12 kills, Art 11 kills in this map so far, but the kind of plays they decide to make, especially with Art kind of moving quickly, the kind of space they take, I think is going to give a signal of how this Legacy team is playing and how confident the squad feels inside the server. One more round of a little bit of an easier competition. It's unarmored pistols for GamerLegion. They do buy up 3 Deagles.
Giving themselves a chance.
PR heard the footsteps of a lot of Legacy players coming over to the A bomb site, so there's going to be 4 defenders here. But again, it's only the pistols.
You need some great shots immediately, and well, unfortunately for GamerLegion, it's Art who has the great shot immediately. It's Snacks getting taken down at the temple. Apex trying to find the Deagle on the ground there, unable to pick it up. Initial damage is good from Rez. In fact, he gets the kill, and then suddenly GamerLegion erupt with 3 frags. Art having to fight on, takes another bit of damage, but Art is doing everything. 4 kills, finally dead, and Tauson again stopped. So close, but not enough for GamerLegion, but all these rounds looking very difficult for Legacy.
Yeah, that's a message. GamerLegion a step ahead, a little bit of information, and they get a lot out of it. Great shooting from PR. Done incredible damage to Legacy, forces plenty of rebuy. So going into the first gun round, Legacy's money is on an edge. Rez gets that first kill, but the Deagles from PR. So nice. Everyone's springing. That's a beautiful shot for Art. Even the jump giving away the information. But it gets so much more tense now. Legacy felt like they were starting to cruise and build up. Slows them down at the very least.
And now you get the AWP out if you're GamerLegion. You get the AWP for Hypex on the CT side. No challenge over on the T side, and that's apartments. All rifles, AK-47s out for Legacy.
That one hurts, my man. That one hurts. All your friends saw it.
A little bit quicker again here from Legacy. You got Nissim just trying to get out towards elbow. Util goes through, and they're out. They use a lot of utility to get out through elbow. A big part of their game plan, and they still take a death. Yeah, even with the smokes up.
Tons of chip damage, and Reg just snatches one away. All right, 4 versus 5. Who's going to be the one to recover it? Tauson creeping a little bit close towards Red Room behind the Molotov. Smoke's fading in mid. Tauson does find safety. It's an AWP on the other side of this peak and an easy kill for Hypex. Quickly, once again, Legacy playing with 2-man down. Bomb is dropped all the way back at elbow. So at the moment, they're looking to find some success, something with the space they've taken, but they're always going to have to go back and get the bomb.
Yeah, that's the tough part. Now, Lato being blocked. Snax is falling back, trying to draw attention and set up Tauson for this kill, hoping that if Lato is to stroll into the Jag, he's not going to check Tauson's position. He's going to be preoccupied about Snax just on that right side. He actually does get past.
I think it's his idea to go get the bomb, so he sees no reason to be the aggressor. 35 seconds. I don't know. Okay, they don't realize. They didn't realize that mid was this open. Rez standing, back turned.
Well, is that the first little hole opened up with 25 seconds left to maybe try and get through this window of opportunity, but it's still going to be tough. You've got 2 defenders on both sides of the map still. The bomb is going for an A finish.
It's Nissim next because they've doubled up in Donut, noting Tauson can wrap in. 12 seconds now on the clock.
Well, that smoke is going to fade soon, and Nissim's behind it. Just ready for the fade. Now Hypex going in to address the issue of the site being overtaken, but he gets spammed down by Tauson, spraying away, trying to get a second. He's taking some damage on board, but that fight is all important for PR, putting Tauson in a 1v3 with 21 HP. Steps out of the smoke. First kill is good on PR. And now they know where he was last spotted, but he could go anywhere into the Donut.
Bomb's not planted for Donut. He's got to be careful. He doesn't have an angle for it, but now he's got a Molotov.
They don't have smokes here, at least for GamerLegion. And into the open, he'll go for the peak. And he's dropped down by Snax. So GamerLegion recovered the round. PR with an all-important frag inside of that site. And it'll be GamerLegion confirming the round victory.
And the real nightmare is now due to the damage in the previous round with the P250s, with the Deagles at the A bomb site, the stack that GamerLegion was able to put in place, the 4 kills they were able to get. There's no money for Legacy to continue their effort, to continue this campaign. 3 in a row. And you're kind of in a situation where you have to save or go for a really, really rough force buy. Tough decision for Legacy to make. It is their 3rd and final timeout. No chance for them to stop the action and take a breather later on. And they are going to shove all in. They are going to buy up here. Tech-9's full utility. Nissim goes for the Galil. 1 rifle for Legacy in this round 17. And a win here for GamerLegion gives them a stranglehold on this opening map of the semifinals.
Off they go. Straight up into the B lane. You've got Lato trying to get in behind the flames. The smoke used so he can get towards Jaguar early and throw down the Molotov to prevent some aggression from the CT side. But Tauson got to be careful. Pulls out utility. Now gets the rifle. And then running him down. He sprays away and he only gets the 1 kill. But stepping in is Rez. He gets traded as well. And Legacy was some success getting into the B bomb site.
Those are some critical trades that Dumao gets. Really nicely done. Otherwise, they're stuck behind the smoke and get mowed down. PR's going to try and get a wider angle. Dumao has fallen. Low HP. Molotov forces him into the open.
Oh.
Snax gets them all. No need for a retake.
Oh, Snax got away with that. Like, one player coming in through Jag, it looked like he was dead to rights, right? He's focused on the side players. Snax is able to not only react to that player coming forward into the cave, but also the other 2 in the site.
Yeah, great awareness, all that experience as well. Snax just very comfortable. Smoke pops. If Dumao doesn't get that trade, the round's pretty much done. This one's a thing of beauty as well before Rez can survive. Opens up the opportunity for danger. And Snax just understood the situation the whole time. No one had shown from cave, no one had shown from Jaguar, so he knew there was going to be at least one. And much like the first half, Legacy just so quickly run out of resources after a couple losses.
Oh, desperate, faster play from Dumao, charging out of elbow and dying at Donut. You got Snax getting aggressive as well to try and slow down this T-side attack through mid. And they've really stalled it out now, but Art trying to get it going again. He's found a headshot on PR through that smoke break at Donut.
Him and Dumao both tied for 16 kills. Hypex can't hit the flick. Not too concerned at the moment. They just saw 1, but Donut was pressured. So Tauson's going to feel a little uncomfortable as he pushes in towards Donut, and now the offense, wraps around the map. Snax is going to push up and meet them.
Big spray away. It's going to be one from Snacks. Art to trade it. And now a 2v3 as somehow Legacy have got the advantage in this situation, but they don't have the best of weapons. They've still got a lot of time, though.
No, but this is perfect. You have to slow it down because the strength of this round right now is the positioning of Nissim. He can gather information for you. He can backstab. He can cut off someone just kind of wandering through, not realizing that he's made it, that he slipped past the defense. Only issue is he's only got a Glock. So he better be damn good when he gets his opportunity. And it's going to be Tauson stepping forward first. He clears it, though. Nicely done, Tauson.
Great clear. Now into the site. Art has given them a chance with a 2K in this round. Maybe he can get even more, but only on 5 HP. It's unlikely. He steps into the open, but he actually makes it back around the corner and gets information on Tauson. There's some utility available here for GamerLegion and 2 kits. So they're going to start tossing out that util. Art's going a long way around. He's hoping they take a few seconds, but they're getting into position immediately. That defuse is tapped, not being committed to until this point. Smoke is up, cloud cover there, sticking it all the way. Art has arrived, but he won't peek out in time. He won't change the outcome of this round, despite a decent effort. And it will be another one for GamerLegion, pushing them closer and closer to rounding out map 1.
Yeah, GamerLegion's just handled every single situation that's been thrown at them. Any little piece of trickery, any great sequence from a Legacy player, they've been able to recover and respond to all of it. Again, good starts in both halves for Legacy. 3 out of 4 to start the first half, 3 straight to start the second half. But from that point, it's all GamerLegion. Guns come out, and they're just the superior squad. And that's all there really is to say here on Ancient so far.
Dumau. Nissim trying to get out through elbow, but getting blocked, so great utility here from GamerLegion to just slow them down in the choke points. Flashes coming through, really trying to combat this, but Legacy not able to get any situation where they're able to drop a member of GamerLegion's defense.
Oh, right through the smoke. Snacks just continues. Smoke fades in red room. There's 2 defenders here to challenge. Dumau steps up to the plate.
He's going to give it a good go here towards red, but Rez is in a good spot in that corner. Peeking out, good reaction from Dumau, who's anticipating a swing from a potential player at red as well. He's going to back off. 30 HP left to his name. Minute 5 on the clock. Snacks is just having a masterful game right now. He's just moving forward. 20th kill picked up. Tauson and PR in tandem, and that's it, cleaned up. GamerLegion reach map point. And despite Legacy winning both pistol rounds, it's not enough to keep them competitive for any real stretch of this game.
I mean, GamerLegion has been so good. Even if Legacy gets some kills and create an opening, I mean, GamerLegion has been so good at dropping a smoke, dropping a Molotov, deny it. Right here, Dumau gets the kill. He wants to slide forward. Molotov comes in, holds him at bay. So at that point, you're not getting a whole lot off of the frags that you're gaining. And then GamerLegion is just kind of stepping forward and themselves, you know, taking the fights. They're taking the initiative while Legacy is frozen on the map. 5 chances for GamerLegion to win the opening map of this semifinals.
Hypex scope is at the ready. Art gonna get boosted up, and quicker shot from Art. Hypex nearly got to the angle, but couldn't quite. And now Nissim sending utility over towards the site. That nade is gonna land right on top of PR. Half his health gone, over half, in fact, but the bomb is ready for what is going to be a B plate, which means pressure to Snacks, who's been fantastic all map long. Now, if he has a big performance here, it'll close the map out.
Yeah, and they can't go through that smoke. It's too deep. It's too hard to find a clean fight on the other side of that one. So I think they're going to be held at bay. Meanwhile, this is giving time for GamerLegion to figure things out. Start pushing towards middle. Orchestrate how you want to play the mid round. Going to shrink the map a little bit, and they're going to understand when any utility flies into the B bomb site. Snacks is now playing retake to survive. Tauson and Rez will be really tough to deal with on the flanks.
Rez fighting Dumau at range, but not able to connect the shot. So it is Legacy to pick up the advantage as required to try and get into the site. Can Snacks step up? No, is the answer as he gets taken down. And PR doing what he can through the smoke, at least 1 frag. But there's no way Legacy can see this. They get a prolonged play.
Great fight win from Dumau. He's the one that puts a stop to Rez on the flank. And Tauson not even motivated to step forward and test it. They've got money behind them, but it's going to start running low, so prioritizing the weapons and the economy. Legacy stay alive. Buy themselves another round of play. 12-8. And some of this is Legacy kind of playing themselves into the game. Art has 19 kills, Dumao has 18. Those guys have been stellar start to finish. Everyone else has been a little bit quiet. Kind of like what we saw to GamerLegion yesterday, where Hypex was carrying them through some tough stretches. Legacy right now is Art and Dumao trying to keep them alive in this, and hoping your op of Sadzin can wake up. Hoping Lado can wake up, your top performer of this event so far. If you're on the Legacy side, you're looking for them to start having impact if you want to tie things up and force an overtime. And timeout taken from GamerLegion. Their final buy before money is really in a weird place. So a conversation, how they want to play this, how this is going to be set up. And probably emphasizing the idea of saving a couple weapons if the opportunity is there. Don't let everything get taken away. Legacy's taken the first of 5 steps. Coming back here on Ancient, their map pick is up next. That would be Mirage. But at the moment, not done fighting on Ancient.
The problem is, for Legacy, even after winning a round, you've still got a mountain of cash to fight against, so GamerLegion just purchase up and get into a good buy. But there's Snacks going down first. Much better here from Legacy. Fantastic openings. And now PR nearly getting caught in the open. The hunt is there, but they're walking right into the AWP, so the trap was laid, but that's information. 2 players towards Donut, and how do they react to that?
I'm surprised Dumao swung so aggressively on that end, the 5-on-3, especially with no one else at elbow following it up. He didn't have a single teammate there to attempt to trade any of those kills. So gives one back, and Lado is softened up. GamerLegion not out of this fight just yet, but like I said, because their money is gone now, this had to have been the conversation in the timeout. If we get beat up on the entries, if we find ourselves in a disadvantaged situation, set up one of the bomb sites so that we can just save there. You see Hypex and Tauson doubling up over towards B. If PR senses the chance, he's going to slide over as well, and they'll just say, if you finish here, that's great. We have a chance at winning the round. If not, we save, and we have another buy moving forward. So if Art and Legacy don't change their mind, they're going to waltz in for another free round, a 9th round. And Atlanta, I apologize. I never checked with you guys before this all got started. Can I just get a sense of this? Is the crowd out there rooting for GamerLegion? Is that who you guys want to win this one? All right. Well, there's another team in the server. How about Legacy? Damn, I don't know, that feels split right down the middle.
There was a few boos in the Legacy one.
A few boos in the Legacy one?
Still a lot of noise. But.
All right.
Yep. Making it very clear. Well, GamerLegion definitely looking like they're eventually going to round this out, but great to see Legacy finding some life yet. Not just rolling over and letting this one close. Mirage is up next. So Legacy, if they can play themselves into this, obviously expecting them to be a lot more competitive on that second map. You know, it's great to see Art come into this team and actually perform with Legacy.
It was a huge question mark, right? Like, how is he going to change? How is his playstyle going to change? And it was interesting from both sides, too, because Legacy, their initial rise was like marked by Lux joining that team and taking up the in-game leader duties. So it was kind of surprising to see that change happen. It kind of came out of left field, it felt, from the outside.
And then one CAC. They got to another final in Bucharest where they nearly were able to take down Aurora. So there was a lot of positive signs about this Legacy squad. And obviously it went downhill towards the end of the season and starting off 2026. But, you know, for Legacy, I thought this might be a move that would just be a sideways move. It's actually somehow kept them competitive, if not better. So,
well, at least got them back to this competitive nature. Yep.
So it's great to see that. And we'll see if they can continue it here in this series. 12-9, not done yet. But here come GamerLegion, still able to scrap together a good buy here. Legacy going to be challenging out mid. Dumao charging out fearless as he gets towards the bottom boxes.
Okay, boost up over the smoke. This is a good shout for a kill. PR, a little bit cheesy, but he's got Dumao down. And that's the main instigator for Legacy. 18 kills, no longer in play. And neither is Nissum. Snacks again through the smoke.
Had a lot of those in this half, hasn't he, Snacks? A wall bang, a smoke kill. And now Legacy fighting for their life here on this map. They're trying to come back into it. Art and Sadzin have done a decent job, but they've got to deal with Rez. And Rez is still standing, looking to round this map out in favor of GamerLegion. And he's got both of them. So easy for Rez. A 13-9 win for GamerLegion. GamerLegion on this first map. Ancient continues to be their strength. They don't, and GamerLegion can perform, then it's GamerLegion heading into the grand finals of the Intel Extreme Masters here in Atlanta. We'll see if Legacy can put up a fight.
Ready to live into the pistol round. The Legacy on their own map pick, starting on the T side, attacking into the defense. Must-win map for the Brazilians. Instant window smoke chucked out. And Legacy is going to head a lot of players, 2 towards the halls, 3 towards middle. Nissim going to join up with Sadzen and Lotto. They want to attempt to split this B bomb site. Smoke and con, smoke and window room, so the avenue is available to them. Really taking it slow in case there's any kind of aggression. Here's the utility to show that they want to have some B push. Actually, this is all going to be a fake. It's going to pull the defense back in middle, and Snack steps through the smoke. Nissim's got that kill.
Yeah, Snack's checked, but we got Rez inside of the site here doing what he can. And, oh, he's got a second out of it. His teammates also stepping up and missed shots from Art, eventually bringing Rez down and Tauson. And long range with those dual Berettas, PR comes out on top. So leaves Art in the clutch. Will be a 4K if he's able to pull this one off, and he's got over a minute to play with.
Yeah, 1v2, he's got all the HP. The issue is no armor, so once he gets into these engagements, it's going to be really rough, and you can see PR finds himself a safe position over towards ramp. No way for Art to spot it out. He's just got to take a risk, plant the bomb. Actually, PR even pushing towards CT spawn, so it may feel like it's going to be a finish at the B bomb site, but he'll be wrong.
At least securing, at a minimum, the 4 spot in the next round, but Art getting flanked out from the ramp at the moment. Look at the amount of positions he has to worry about. And PR now coming out of the ramp. Art has actually tucked himself away. He's safely hidden.
He might think he's being sneaky, but PR knows he's not ramp.
Yeah, he's clearing, he's getting closer. Now considers where Art might be and sees him just poking around that corner. So Art, no chance to win out the clutch. And there'll be GamerLegion picking up the pistol. It's a little bit different from the first map as well. We've seen Legacy win both pistol rounds, win both second rounds. This time they've got to start on the back foot, but at least with that bomb plant, Art's able to secure them the 4 spot. Yeah,
scary prospect. You got ran over when you had hot starts in both halves on Ancient. Now you don't have one here on Mirage, so you're going to have to grind it back. Interesting idea, the kind of like fake execute in the B halls to let the short players play first, but those USPs at a range, Rez does an awesome job of getting kills. Legacy could never actually scale into the bomb site. I think running that so late, smokes in mid faded as well. There was a crossfire at distance into the bomb site at A. So they'll try again with the bomb plant. Scout in the hands of Art. He's got a tag, taking damage himself, but brought Snacks down to 39.
Nissim moving up to the window. Grenade gonna land upon him. Advantage siding with GamerLegion, and damage done to Art.
That's a really risky way to try and find an opening in a round that you're not bringing a whole lot to the party. That's one of the rifles you brought in lost, in fact. Oh, Tauson gets greedy. That's one back, and they're going to go with it right through the smoke.
Yeah, trying to get out towards Rez, who keeps his head tucked away. The flash is coming through. He dodges most of them, but he can't dodge Dumao. Just goes again, and this time on Snacks. Great second kill from Dumao. That opens up the bomb site, and suddenly the round is wide open for Legacy and shut for GamerLegion as they have to back away and save their weapons.
That's exactly what Dumao was doing on Ancient, and he's brought it back here into the second map. That's a disgusting second kill to secure the round. 3 kills for Dumao overall. And Legacy, after losing the pistol, get it right back.
And we know Dumao is a great player, but the reason that we talk about him being so deadly is because he usually comes as a package deal with Lato, right? It's that duo that you always talk about with Legacy that keeps them competitive, that keeps them a threat. Lato was missing on that first map, so you'd love to see Lato get into form here on Mirage. And if you have that 1-2 punch of Dumao, Lato popping off here for Legacy, it's going to be a very different story.
Especially because you've had Lato throughout this entire event. He's the 3rd highest rated player statistically, or actually I should say he's tied for 2nd with Kvem and Zaiwu, 1.27 rating. So yeah, missing a piece of the puzzle that's been there for you every step of the way up to this point. We'll see if Lato can find his way into the game. This is an opening provided by Tauson, just being a little bit greedy. Really wanted that AK-47, thought they'd fallen back, thought they were done with the spamming. That angle for Rez is just way too hard to deal with, but that's a thing of beauty.
Yeah, Dumao ready for every fight. And not even the classic Dumao yell. He realizes so much work needed to be done here. It's gonna go down into the underpass. You can see the damage he's inflicted single-handedly. You've got Snacks on a Deagle, Tauson on the same, and a 5-7 out for Ruz.
Yeah, buy's a little bit busted for GamerLegion. A little bit of a trap set, though, at the top of Con. 4 players for GamerLegion. It's Snacks alone at the B bomb site playing short. Hypex, PR, and Tauson right at the top of Con, and Rez in the window smoke.
There's PR spamming down. Plateau dead. Art and Sad's able to get a couple between them. And finally, it's Legacy making sure
cleanup
this
time
round doesn't go against them. Now you've got to turn towards Connector, and they do. They deal with it. Now they know where Tauson is. Nissim slips down into the site. He's got some cover and some time to let his teammates come and split on Tauson, making this almost impossible for the Dane, and he will drop. So 2-1 lead here for Legacy, despite losing the pistol. That force buy works out perfectly in the second, and they're able to follow up with another win.
So 2 rounds in a row, and GamerLegion out of money to fight here. Nice thing for them, Hypex sitting at 3,400, so he'll have the AWP in the next round. Give Dumao a couple more sequences like that. You'll start hearing him. He'll get out to you.
I mean, you could just see the importance of that ball plan from Art in the pistol round as well. The fact that he's able to get that, that's why Legacy are now 2-1 up. You get enough money to get Dumao on a Khalil.
Yeah, it's a huge change, isn't it? It's a nice extra tool to have.
And now you're just going to take a 3-1 lead because it's USPs and 1 Deagle.
Yeah, get another trap set up by GamerLegion over off to the B bomb site. 4 players are here, a little bit of a boost up. But the rifles will just end up being too strong when they get into this. So, I mean, you're at kind of it's a weird situation now with the way that this is played out. With the pistol round won by GamerLegion, like, Legacy doesn't get it, but now you could say after converting the second themselves, they go back to getting that start that they had, the good start that they had on Ancient.
If not better, right? They're going to get themselves that nice 3-1 lead, a full eco here on this side of things. Good turn from Art. The trap was laid, but there's still plenty of players here, so a better weapon available, and GamerLegion will be happy to pick that up.
Art's fine with that, though. I mean, you spotted 2 more, you get 2 kills and you spot 2 more players. So you know, at most, there's 1 defender here. Now, everyone's hustling over. The M4 is going to be a little bit late to join in, and Snacks will want to prioritize keeping that.
Yeah, the pausing connector is actually giving time to GamerLegion to start rotating a couple of these pistols over. The Eagle hasn't been able to do much. The USP desperately trying to upgrade. And as they step into the open, Snacks actually gets a kill with that picked up rifle.
Yeah, now time to just back off and let Hypex do his own thing. If you want to fight more with the Deagle, go for it. Try and shave off 1 more kill. If you want to try and recover that weapon, it's all you. Snacks actually shifting over towards short to maybe grab 1 more kill down the stretch. But it will be a 3rd round for Legacy regardless of what happens. Hypex going to rely, I think, on the bomb to blow a gun into his direction.
Poking and prodding, he's going to hop into the window, actually. Nissim goes forward and realizes that's the move he's trying to make. Prevents that weapon from falling into the hands of GamerLegion, and Satsin, successful on the hunt, stops Snacks from getting his free gun as well. So that's a 3-1 lead for Legacy. We'll see immediately coming into the next round. Hypex is invested into the AWP, so that's going to be coming out with rifles around it.
And remember back to the first map, it took like 8-9 rounds before we saw Sadsin with an AWP. It was deep into the first half before he was able to pull it out. He's got that out right at the start. So both sides playing with the sniper. Round 5 begins. Everyone's got the buy they want. Sadsin with the AWP is going to head over to the A bomb site. He wants a pick towards the ramp, and he drops the bomb. Maybe misses the timing as Snacks has already crossed over. So Lado in a prime position. Nissim getting towards the end of Palace. Sadsin covering with the AWP. Lovely pick. Do they want to build off it? Legacy happy to stay composed and pause in their positions, looking for the reaction.
Yeah, got so much time and a luxury of a man advantage. You know, Legacy are a lot more comfortable playing out these mid-rounds of Mirage as well. Smoke up to the window, blocking the vision of Ruz.
I mean, Legacy hasn't budged towards this A bomb site. It feels like this round is always designed and destined at the moment to finish here. Dumao now working through the underpass. Art at top middle is going to swing out and slowly start his crawl up short. There's a trap here. Legacy could lose a lot.
Yeah, Art moving up. Hypex going to catch him, so they have lost the advantage for the time being, but Dumao might just be able to get in behind them. Great quick headshot on Tauson. Misses the Molotov. and backs away into the underpass. Now you need to rely upon the hit towards this A side. 30 seconds left.
I'm also interested. I'm amazed they're kind of continuing this attack, actually, with Dumao being locked out the way he was.
I guess as the time makes them feel like they have to go for it. And Lato, Dumao combining together, breaking apart the defenses. And Rez can do nothing about changing the outcome of this round. So it's going to be a 4-1 lead for Legacy.
Find a way to make it work. Those are solutions they didn't have on Ancient. They were struggling to find them. Good flashbang, good aggression as the smoke breaks. And Rez backs away. Now, plenty of money for Legacy to go hunt this down. And you can see them on the minimap, all those yellow dots moving to the other side. So Rez is going to have a fight just to keep this gun in his hand. Now starting to push in. Legacy want everything to be as easy as humanly possible. Taking the gun away, force the rebuy, force the money even lower, break it entirely. He'll get caught at the end. Rez one kill traded.
They're doing such a good job at hunting these rifles down as well. Not letting anything go for free here. Legacy have really made this such a difficult start to the half for GamerLegion, who don't have a lot of money here. They don't have enough to get a full buyout, and it's Dumao again. Great first shot, misses the Molotov here, and obviously makes it a little bit awkward, but he combines with Lato. And that's the combo we were mentioning just at the start of this map, right? If that starts to get going, that 1-2 punch, this makes a very scary half start to look very real for Legacy.
Let's see if Legacy, they're doing exactly what GamerLegion did to them, which is just kind of outplay them and pick them apart, make this defense move, make this defense never know what's coming. And look at the change of pace again. Now we just have a contact slide out. Art spotted one, and he's got both. The recoil gives him a gift.
Yeah, great work there for Art. And that's the site completely taken.
Yeah, bombs drop back in T-spawn still, so it'll be a little bit of time. Meanwhile, Legacy happy to keep being aggressive, making sure they can control this side of the map.
A good pick from Art again. Moving forward is third of the round and taking any damage on board either, which really is making this economy look very pretty for Legacy. They've got so much cash left over. It's going to be a very tough half for the remainder of this for GamerLegion just to get into it. And Art, his fourth, why not go for the ace?
It just looks so much more comfortable on this map. Sliding into map control, gaining a little bit of space, and then being able to kind of hold on to it, knowing where the next rotation is coming. This T-side is looking real nice so far.
Well, Art's
Kill
going
from
for it.
Snacks, and Art's going to take everything away. That's an ace. Wow, yeah, an anti-eco ace. Well done from Art.
Yeah, it takes every single frag in towards the site, and 10-4 start from Art. I mean, continuing his good performance, he had a great first map, even in a loss, right?
Yeah, you've mentioned Lotto being absent on that first map. Art was the one who picked up the pieces there. Him and Dumao were the two-man army, just not enough to make that competitive in any sense. But here, doing a good job, Art, of being the engine. 5 kills in this round. Just picking them one by one. And a timeout is called from GamerLegion there first, because obviously they're stumped. Op is going to come back out from Hypex. I will see what Art wants to do with this lead in a timeout, right? We saw GamerLegion on map 1. Every time Legacy called a timeout, a little bit of a change of pace, an uppercut rush towards the B bomb site. Does Legacy want to do something similar, or are they just saying GamerLegion has to figure out how to beat us here? Congratulations.
I see. Hypex's AWP could start to make the difference. We talked about him not really being required over on Ancient. This is where you do want him CT side of Mirage. Takes the first bit of damage as well from utility, down to 73 HP, but we're going to see a quicker pop perhaps from Legacy towards B. Got 2 players in middle, 3 towards the apartments.
Smoke takes away the vision. Con smoke not breaking completely, but now it will, and Hypex, who cannot adjust in time, Sad's in an awkward position, and he doesn't like the danger he's feeling, the sense of danger in this position, so Art slides in instead.
Tauson to step out in behind Art, whose head is turned, but the B pushes come in, and Dumao rapidly chasing that trade kill. He's got it on Tauson. Hypex stepping out, he's got the angle, but he's about to be blocked out by smoke. You start to feel helpless here if you're GamerLegion. You can't hold on to the B site.
And you can't
it's hard to see a world in which you get back into it. And now Dumao has pushed again, taking the AWP away. And it's now in a position where you don't feel comfortable to go out and get it back.
Yeah, Snacks and Rez had already called for the save when all that went down. Legacy just doing a great job. This is Art pulling everyone towards short. Opening up the B bomb site avenue. GamerLegion looking flustered here. They don't know where to position players. They're 3 steps behind now.
They've come in with a great Mirage here, Legacy. A really strong T side. They've lost the pistol and nothing else.
You can see why they brought it here. Obviously very comfortable. Haven't seen GamerLegion mix in any kind of aggression towards mid, right? We've seen a few traps, but haven't seen any pushes up mid. Haven't seen any pushes through underpass, palace pushes. Might be time for them to mix some things up and see if you can create a play that slows Legacy down, slows this attack down, or at least get yourself to play around with an advantage. Haven't had many of those here on Mirage.
Oh, quick utility into middle here for Legacy. Top mid smoke, window smoke, all put in place, and they're gonna start sprinting into the connector. Look at Dumal already here. PR handles that pressure. Rez won't though. Art with that second layer, and now they just try and get in through short to the B bomb site. The smokes are breaking open, revealing kills for Legacy. Spraying away, Snacks staying just outside the window. They trade in position, Snacks gets into it. It's absolute chaos to kick off this round. Snacks is doing what he can, but he's burned out of the window and forced into the underpass. I almost can't believe that he's alive.
Only Snacks could do that and still come out on the other side with a chance to fight. Tauson, everything to do in the open. No trade, no trade. Tauson with the double.
Yeah, flash to the sky as well. Tauson trying to save his team. It's gotta be Lato. He's been quiet the whole time in the semi-final, but this would be a great time to get loud. And he's got himself a second chance. He reads Snacks, and now suddenly a 1v1 for Lato. He's got time to stay composed, to take a breather, but he's trying to fight. He's looking for it and going for the reload. PR in the open, and Lato's done it! Legacy can do no wrong, and finally Lato with some impact.
Putting his name on the semifinals. It was a little bit haggard, rough around the edges. Snacks causes a lot of issues in that round for Legacy, but they still managed to come out on top. A huge clutch for Lato. The read on the flank. It was a 1v3 for Tauson that ignited GamerLegion on Ancient the first map. Now a 1v3 from Lato is going to let Legacy continue to dominate.
From the GamerLegion perspective, you got to feel like you can't catch a break on this CT side now. Did the fight so hard to remain competitive in this round, then Tauson steps up inside of the B bomb side, and then suddenly Lato just rips it out of your hands. You think Snacks is the insurance policy coming through the apartments as well, but Lato reads it.
Well, Legacy in the driver's seat completely. And I mean, the change of paces now they're throwing into the mix. Going to be much more difficult. It still gets harder for GamerLegion. Sats in, leg shot onto Hypex, a little bit quicker.
Got to double up on the T side. They've taken out for a spin. Sats and Art having a go.
I think they're hoping the op shot in middle would maybe make someone at the A bomb site kind of peek out and slide into Satsin's ult.
Lato has slid out towards Tetris. And you got Rez waiting under the wood. He's about to get mollied out here by Nissim. And that just forces Rez into the peak. He gets traded by Dumal. Here's PR stepping out into the open. Playing behind triple. Hypex coming over to try and help him, but PR was so committed to trying to win the fight against Dumal, but he's just so razor sharp right now as Dumal wins that fight too.
And credit to Nissim. The support flashes coming out of Palace has been excellent. Excuse me, he nails it. Sadson takes one down, and okay, that's close. Art hunkers down. Molotov towards CT.
Hypex and Tauson now 2v4. Bomb yet to get planted. But it just feels like this round is unlosable for Legacy, especially with Sadson landing shots and now looking for the follow-up. He knows exactly where Tauson is, who just tosses out a smoke and starts to back away. But already, Legacy are out. They're trying to hunt him down. Dumal sprinting to the other side of the map to try and cut him off, and it's Sadson that moves forward, switches out to the rifle to take the kill, and a 3K out of Sadson. Finished by the rifle. He'll go back to the AWP. And now GamerLegion in a really tough spot because they don't even have money to get a full buyout here.
No, this is terrifying. Legacy is just having their way with you at the moment. Another brilliant trade from Dumal as he steps in. Good job making himself a tough target. Here's the supportive flash from Nissim coming out of Palace. Saves the day. Allows Dumal to have that extra kill and really opens up the bomb site. And right now, Legacy is just flowing. GamerLegion can do nothing to stop this.
A good start. The Deagle of Hypex rings out onto Art at Palace.
Okay, that'll put you on notice. That'll slow down the pacing. That'll slow things down and make Legacy reconsider.
There seem to be no intentions of going fast, considering where the bomb is. Yeah, it's a very good shot from Hypex. The bomb still all the way back in T-spawn. Dumao plants his feet. Let Snacks try and peek him and challenge. And Dumao has done so much damage, eventually finishing off Snacks. So that advantage no longer with them. Team Legacy start to move up through mid.
Bomb still dropped in T-spawn. It looks like that'll be Lado's responsibility. But at the moment, they're not concerned whatsoever. Still just looking for a few kills before they decide where they want to finish things up.
Oh, well, Sadzin is heading up towards spawn now. He'll back all the way. Tauson's moved forward. This is a play he likes to make on the CT side. Let's see if he can get past the gaze of Dumao. Oh, Dumao spotted him. He's holding for it. And nothing going the way of GamerLegion at all. Dumao is so locked in.
I like the way he's not afraid of fights either. He keeps spotting it and like just stepping into the next fight as well. Not concerned. He's very, very confident at the moment. Hypex misses a chance. These Deagles shouldn't really have a whole lot to say in this moment. Turn in the corner, 1 kill. Lado's gonna spray him down. A 9th round now for Legacy. 1 more remaining in this first, or excuse me, 2 more remaining in this first half.
Yeah, 9-1 lead for Legacy. I mean, the timeout coming through, and it's actually Legacy have called this timeout, Jason. They want to make sure they get every remaining round available in this half.
I'm not against it at all. I mean, again, your semifinals, you're looking to force that 3rd map. It would be Inferno as a decider. It looks like we're going to get there. But yeah, hit this pause button and make sure your boys aren't feeling too confident. Still a very critical round. You don't want to lose these last 2 in some silly fashion and then start seeing them claw themselves back in. Keep them in their place. Keep them beneath your boot. Legacy up by 8 as the timeout concludes. Op for Hypex. 4 M4s around it, but nothing has been effective for this GamerLegion defense. It was a pistol round victory for GamerLegion. It feels so long ago. And 9 straight rattled off by Legacy.
Rez unleashed with the flash going in towards ramp. He can't win the fight. Nissim had his head turned. So the flash ineffective towards him and handles business against Rez. He's going for another one here too. Even the aggressive plays forward here from GamerLegion aren't all that successful. At least the grenade from PR will get the trade.
Yeah, I had to dump a lot of utility to find that kill, but at least you got it. So the op is left at A ramp. Sadzin swaps out to an AK. Art has his over in Palace, just looking at the off angle, looking for someone to rotate into the crosshair. And Legacy changed their position of attack. So much attention towards A ramp. Bomb is picked up now. Dumao gonna start sliding into the underpass to join up with Lado, who's going con. The real issue is the bomb isolated and alone. If you can't get past PR, it's a huge issue for Legacy.
Yeah, PR goes into the open. Sadzin has fallen, so yep, it's looking open here for GamerLegion. If you don't win this one, what round are you going to win? Art goes down at Palace, leaving Dumao on his lonesome. Only coming through connector now. All of his teammates gone. Under 30 seconds left to play with.
Look at how much slower this round is compared to most of the Legacy rounds when they lose that first player, right? Oh, okay, there's a tap. I don't think there's enough time for this, but let's give him some chances. Style points, maybe. Hypex shuts it down before it can even begin. Double kill for the GamerLegion Opper. PR with a triple in the round.
If Dumao gets 1 more kill there, it can really affect the buy here in the next round of GamerLegion, but they do have enough just to scrap out a really strong buy. But last round of the half coming up, GamerLegion, 3 rounds is the best they can hope for. It's still going to be so tough to see them come back and have a strong enough T side, but we'll not put it past them. We'll not count them out yet. That's why Legacy called the timeout in the previous round, to try and secure all the rounds available in this first half to maximize their chances of seeing Inferno. Heavy towards middle. 4 players coming out through top mid for Legacy.
Could be a little bit of a fight here. I don't think Rez has seen these numbers too much. Might get surprised. Smoke not broken open. That's Dumao just stepping around the other side of the smoke. Rez falls with ease. Window smoke to completely control the middle of the map. It forces Hypex to be aggressive to clear out this point of attack. PR has slid over towards Ticket.
Lato collapsing upon Tauson. A 5v3, a great start to this round for Legacy. Nice shot from Santin. The flick up, PR stood no chance. And he stands no longer. The only player that can do anything about this round now is Snacks. And he's hidden away. And behind the bench. Hypex at least getting one kill. He can make his way over, but it's got to be Snacks to deliver if there's any shot at this third round. They know where he is. He only manages one. So Hypex will be on his merry way over through CT spawn. Arriving now at the market. But Legacy getting defeated 13-9. It was a comprehensive victory over on Ancient for GamerLegion. We said Legacy would be more comfortable here on Mirage, but this is on another level. About to secure double figures in the first half of play. And we're starting to get ready to load up Inferno as that third and final map, because Legacy are going to leave this half with a huge advantage. The Brazilians are back and they're playing the Counter-Strike we've seen from them all event long. GamerLegion won the pistol in the first half, and pretty much from that point onwards, it was Legacy dominating the first half of Counter-Strike here on Mirage. It's great to see them show up. It's great to see them actually play the way we've seen them all event long. And now the difficult challenge for GamerLegion to try and come back into this game somehow, and they've got to do it on the T side.
Hey, they put Legacy in the same position on the first map, so you can't really complain. Maybe not quite this bad, but a similar kind of, oh, we have to come back and we're out of class.
Atlanta, are you still with us here for the second half? All right, let's see if GamerLegion can come back into this, or if Legacy send us to a third map in this semi-final. We've got some utility here for Tauson and Art, and Nissim's got the kit, so keep eyes on that on the mini-map.
Well, a heavy lean towards the B-bomb side for the defense at the start. 3 players are here to handle any kind of a rush. There's 2 players coming fast, but it doesn't look like it'll be any kind of a commitment. There's the flash play. Nissim doesn't want to commit to the fight, and okay, he's going to get one regardless. Tauson goes down 5 on 4, and there's nothing GamerLegion can really do. They're spread around the map at the moment. Really tough loss to take in a situation. They were just kind of looking to force a rotation, force some movement, maybe force a reaction. Bit off more than they could chew. Bomb is going to have to be recovered at the tail end of the halls. And I guess at the moment it looks like GamerLegion, the idea is to try and execute kind of an improvised mid-round split. Through middle to short and into the B bomb site. Resin, PR, and Halls. Hypex and Snacks in middle.
Smoke fades away at the window. Art receives some Molotov action towards his feet. We've got Hypex going into the ladder run, but they don't see him. They don't check Dumal because of the distraction set up from his teammates. And now PR and Rez are also falling towards the apartments. It's not only a pistol win for Legacy, but it's a dominant pistol win. They do not lose a single player. 11-2, and we might as well start loading up Inferno.
Yeah, the legend of Dumal. Triple kill in this pistol, 17-8. He showed up to play today. Excellent on the first map in a loss. Excellent here in the second map in what looks like it's going to end up being a dominant victory. There's no chance in this pistol round. They had 0 chance of getting anything done. Dumal's just nasty.
Well, no bomb plant at all for GamerLegion. So no force buy available here. They're going to save their money and give it one last good go in the next, but this is going to result in Legacy heading up to map point on Mirage. Dumal. First blood drawn. Tauson up next. All the Legacy players just rushing to the kills, wanting to get this one over and done with and settle things on map 3. For GamerLegion, it's the last buy here.
Well, a 10-round lead. I don't really know what to say. Nothing to sell you for here. Let's see if GamerLegion can maybe wake up and give themselves something positive to talk about between the maps. Otherwise, it'll just have to be a complete reset of the mental game. Smokes are out, potentially their only chance with guns on this second half.
Well, there's Snacks. Good start. Opening kill on Tauson.
Starting to push towards Khan as well. Art's going to have the responsibility with his AWP.
Yeah, more than capable, but he's under a lot of pressure. Snacks has got another one. PR filtering in. Just 2 players left here for Legacy. Lato doing what he can back from CT spawn, but bomb now being picked up from Tauson, brought over towards the A site. And Lato being dinked, getting spammed and finished off by Hypex.
Yeah, they would never let him get out of that situation alive. Just really aggressive, and poor Nissim, nothing to do over at this B bomb site. MP9 in hand, crossing his fingers, hoping they end up here, but that ain't the case. So bomb planted, GamerLegion get another crack at it. It's really just scraping together this third round, but a nice one there, picking off Art in the window and just scaling with ease. Later on today, we have the other semi-final in action. We're looking for our first grand finalist here in this one. Na'Vi and BetBoom gonna grace the stage this afternoon. I get a feeling you guys are really happy that Na'Vi made it there.
I think they're more happy they beat Vitality, to be honest.
Are you more happy that Okay, well, let's try this. Are you more happy that Apex lost? That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Par for the course here in America. 9-round lead for Legacy.
The question is, what are you going to chant now? That's the question, right?
Hey, we'll find something.
Yeah.
Got some creative people out there.
Yeah, I guess you could just do that one too.
The old classic.
For now, it's a slow way, and we are coming there, boys, yeah?
Yeah.
One step at a time.
Right, we did 12-4, so let's do 12-2, yeah?
All right, one step at a time, they're saying. Rez gonna turn the corner on contact. Good kill from Dumao. He doubles up somehow, but no one else is available. Lado picks up the pieces. 3-on-2 very quickly into the round, and Snacks left alone with the bomb. Quickly, Hypex is shifting over, but Snacks doesn't want to dedicate himself to this.
Oh, it's going to be very tough to win this 2v3. Snacks coming out of the ramp now, needs this headshot. He does pick it up, takes a lot of damage on board, but Snacks is gone, so it's got to be Hypex. I haven't really seen him have that big clutch moment today, and we won't see it here on Mirage. A great performance from Dumao has delivered Legacy a dominant Mirage victory. A 13-3 as they send this semi-final to map 3. Inferno decides who's going into the grand finals in Atlanta. Into Extreme Masters Atlanta. We know a lot of great best of threes end on Inferno, so why don't we go there, Atlanta? Let's find out who is heading to the final.
Both these teams battling to re-enter the conversation as dangerous teams, as teams who can challenge for the trophy. With Vitality falling out on the other side of the bracket, both these squads have to be thinking this event is up for grabs. They can beat whoever comes out. Tauson with, oh my God, that's quick. That's so fast. One tap, barely saw it.
I mean, a great start from Tauson. Can't be bad to that if you're GamerLegion.
No, and you love seeing that aggressive from a team who's been a little bit more calculated, it feels, throughout this series so far. A great effect on the first map, not so much the second.
Well, they won the CT pistol on Mirage, GamerLegion, lost the force buy in the next, and from that point onwards, it became a dominant T side from Legacy. Still a 4v5. It's recoverable here for Legacy as they head towards an A site with a passive setup.
Yeah, especially because they're going to the weaker bomb site, right? I mean, this is kind of GamerLegion expecting with the man down, you're going to finish at the B site. Rez is going to start moving now with the information. Doubled up in pit, and if the Molotov lands in the right place, they're in trouble. Same with the bullets.
Well, Hypex peeking out into the open. He's got himself a good headshot, but Sad's in to make quick work of it. A 3v3 as Legacy have fought their way back into the round again.
Yeah, and there's some time still left on this smoke going up. Bomb planted. Art takes a ton of damage from that HE grenade, but the retake is going to come around through lane.
Well, time is an important word, a key word, in fact, in this retake, because there's no kit available on the 3 remaining players, nor any utility. It is going to be so difficult to flush out the T's in time, but Dumao caught inside of the site. They know where the other one is, too. Inside of the bomb site, Sadson has to hide in pit and buy time and pull attention. Art is so low, but he still gets a headshot, and Sadson, that is stylish in the pit. That has fired him up. The Brazilians break through and win the pistol.
He should be fired up. He knows how important that kill is. That's huge. They actually got put in a disadvantage on that retake. Everyone kind of looked elsewhere. Didn't look comfortable. This is how it started. Nissim hits the dirt like that and you get a little bit worried, but a clean take on this double performance in pit. 2-for-1 trades for Legacy, and then Sadson closes it out. All right, another good start for Legacy. What can they do with it on the T side of Inferno?
That's going to just pile on the frustration, right? Because you never seen GamerLegion get into map 2, right? You never seen them play themselves into Mirage. So you come in, you get the advantage early here on the pistol. You start to feel like maybe you can climb out of the hole straight away. And then this happens to you.
Setting up a little bit of a trap. Art talked about this in the pregame interview. He's noticed they like a few gimmicky things. They like to do little tricks, throw those into the mix, and now there's going to be another one, but he spots it early enough. They can actually call this off. They have the advantage of weaponry, so still just going to press forward. Who cares? They slaughter them all.
Yeah, well, that's the confidence that Legacy have right now. Just, okay, all right, there's a stack here. We're aware of it, but we do have the better guns, and let's just go in and kill them. They had no option to go into the archway because they have their own smoke up, so piling through that, they don't know if they're going to get caught on the other side. So 2-0 lead for Legacy. GamerLegion getting into the buy rounds now straight away. No AWP out yet for Hypex, of course. It's just going to be rifles.
I think first look at how Legacy is going to approach the banana portion of this map is going to be really interesting. How aggressive do they want to be in terms of taking it? Payne yesterday preferred to be a bit more passive at the opening, sitting far back, kind of letting GamerLegion just kind of play a standard setup. I have to feel that at some point Legacy is going to change that, and you're going to see that aggression focus on that part of the map. For now, with these MAC-10s, it's up middle and through the smoke.
Well, they're just going to come charging through, aren't they? Rez is at the ready, though. 2 kills from the Swede, not bad at all. Hypex overrun, overwhelmed, but the rifles just keep coming. Player after player available for GamerLegion, and another one they're just not ready for. Snacks is out with a peek. Dumao is dead. And strength in numbers for GamerLegion to get their first round win.
Good read of the situation for GamerLegion. Probably did a little bit of prep. Legacy's been running things like that for a while now, and knowing it's a low buy, knowing there's still MAC-10s in play, GamerLegion was set up to make sure there's no room to operate with. I think for Legacy, though, I think they're still feeling like that's a win coming out of this round, right? Part of that round is meant to take kills, keep the money low, put it in a really tenuous position, which they've accomplished with 3 frags in the round. So you've set it up to be even more punishing if you can win this one.
Well, Sad's in all the way out towards top middle, searching for this pick. It's a crossfire between Rez and Hypex taking first contact and also taking the first kill. Senses pressure with utility coming towards him. This does make Rez a lot weaker when he doesn't have his teammate. He goes too far into the open, extends and allows Sads in that kill in the AWP.
Yeah, there's a tantalizing prospect. I think Nissim spotted the gun barrel, so he's going to call one in pit, one in the bomb site. Legacy, oh no, it's covering the offer. Sadsin lucky to be alive. Snacks didn't want to commit to the fight.
Yeah, just over a minute on this clock as Legacy now round the corner at long. Smoke is down for Moto and Library for the time being. Lato getting close to them, starting to spam back at Hypex. Giving the information over how close Legacy really are, but all that's going to do is make GamerLegion feel more suffocated as Lato moves towards the archway. PR tentative at Speedway. The timing for him to peek out is good. He catches Lato. Snacks is out helping him from Library, and Snacks takes 2 headshots, dropping the bomb and winning this round for GamerLegion.
I think Legacy just got caught there with no options. They kind of got trapped on Rap side, not wanting to push forward into the smokes. I don't think they had a plan from that point on, and just try and improvise the walk in towards CT spawn, but there'd been so much pressure on that part of the map for so long that GamerLegion just sets up for it. They're just well prepared for it, and Legacy do exactly what they expect, exactly what they want. Great kill as Rez slides out for the fight, pre-firing for an AWPer, but this is just better from PR and Snacks. Trap late, a trap sprung. Sadsin gonna save the AWP for the next round.
Yeah, so at least getting that luxury to carry that over, but at this point, GamerLegion happy to actually start getting into the game. I mean, it's been a while since we've seen that.
And that's them outlasting the kind of early, like that tug of war that they want to, oh, okay, hello. Well done, congratulations.
But yeah, it's definitely hotly contested over the first couple of rounds here. And GamerLegion, even in those rounds, it looks touch and go for a bit.
But they come out on top. Like Legacy had that whole put their economy at a weak point, but with that loss, theirs was as well. So they're the ones who get broken first. Really, in this round, all you have is Sadzin's AWP to play around. And we saw in Ancient what happened when GamerLegion had the advantage of economy, when they had the weapons and utility constantly. Legacy couldn't figure out how to break through on Ancient. Should be much better geared to do it here on Inferno.
Sadsin down to 78 HP. Obviously, the only player that can do anything in this round is Sadsin. No secret about where his AWP is.
It's going to have to be a slower round, too, with just the Glocks and only 2 smokes to work with. They want those smokes eventually for an execute if Sadsin can help lead them close to a bomb site. So waiting out the CT utility and the choke points until they get some clear pathing. PR commits himself on top of the half wall. Oh, it's a perfect nade. Great damage onto Sadsin.
There's the flick up, but PR to drop the AWPer with the AK. So Art gets a go with it, but PR starting to farm them. Kill this time on Nissim. He'll retreat back around the half wall.
And you've been waiting this whole round for that smoke at the bottom of Banana to fade. You lose your AWPer, you lose a second player, and even though it's recovered, another smoke replenishes the choke point. So not even able to find any good looks with the AWP. I mean, on Inferno, we talk about it all the time. Inferno, the op unwieldy, except in supportive fashion. So we don't have the rifles to create the space for it. This is kind of what you see.
Yeah, just completely stalled out. Trying to get through the fire, wanting to die before the time here. Final 10 seconds. The Glocks charge in, wanting that extra money to play with in the next round, and PR will provide them with that. That's a 4K from PR in this round. He's up to 5-2. You do want to see the rifling engine come online of GamerLegion. I mean, we've seen that in a big way for Legacy, right? We started off Mirage saying, all right, Dumal and Art were good on the first map, even despite a loss. Got to see a little bit more from the others, especially Lato, and we did. We got to see that from Legacy, and we also seen Dumal continue the strong performance. But for GamerLegion, who disappeared on map 2, you want to see that form return from the likes of Tauson and PR and Rez.
Well, someone's name we haven't had to say a lot throughout this series has been Hypex as well. He wasn't necessarily needed too much on Ancient. The op didn't have to have impact. So here on Inferno, when he gets that out, if he can get it rolling, can dictate a lot from the CT side of the map. Now we're seeing a bit more aggression towards Banana for Legacy to open up these rounds. Dumal hiding inside the smoke. Some retake utility to slow this down, change the timing. Dumal steps through, looking for the counter push. Oh, it's a beautiful swing.
Yeah, Dumal's not going to slow down either. Once he smells blood, he's going for it all. Hypex, though, you mentioned it, but he comes out with a big double here, and PR at the back of the site feels a lot more comfortable knowing that his teammate is just thinned out the herd like that. Art is gone. Sadson and Nissan, the last two remaining members here of Legacy, and they're held at the door of the B bomb site here, not getting through. Hypex has shut them down in this one, and Sadson has to march away once again around that Legacy just don't get into.
And I think this is the rough side of Legacy's style. Is when you have this kind of momentum-based swinging, they're super aggressive, they're looking for fights constantly. Dumal gets that kill, and I mean, you have the option of just kind of backing out, hitting the pause button, spreading out across the map, and playing the mid-round. But they sense that weakness, they sense that kill, and say, okay, we've just taken one of the defenders away, let's all continue pushing. Just get annihilated, not expecting that third player of Hypex to be here already. He's swinging out, you can't stop him, Dumal can't react in time, and then PR's still ready and waiting. Punished stylistically in this round, and as the timer comes to a close, Sadson once again will have this op. It's been brought forward in a save about 3 rounds straight. Legacy just cannot find the winning recipe. 4 in a row for GamerLegion.
Yeah, look at that money as well for GamerLegion. So much cash being built up. So even if you win this round, if you do the hard part, and pick up a round victory, you're still going to have to deal with a strong buy in the next round. So it's an uphill battle for Legacy for the first quarter of this game. And it's not like they have all the weapons to play with either, right? Look, they've got Tech 9s at the Eagle, P250, and that saved AWP that's been unable to get into the game at all.
All right, well, here we go. Sadson, okay, both offers miss. And neither one wanting to follow that up with another peek.
Nades around the corner, over the half hole they go, and they do land towards PR. They'll soften him up a little bit, make him more susceptible to being dropped by these pistols. But PR, he's still confident, still bold as he goes in for the fight. Snacks taking a dink on board, down to 9 HP. No kill though for Legacy.
That should be it, I think. I mean, that was the powerful thrust. That was the initial play that Legacy want to make. Now that they don't get any success off it, no kills, they haven't opened up any avenues by spreading the defense out. So should be a relatively textbook clean finish for GamerLegion.
Well, we'll give it a good go. I mean, they have 3 smokes left, so you can get an execution of some kind, but the lack of flashes should make this quite easy for GamerLegion to hold on to, especially with a delaying smoke of their own coming in.
You're gonna have to go through that, I think. You've just used your only utility. I think you just have to pop through. Gonna go quietly, step into the smoke, drop one on the front of the bomb site, and here we go.
Yeah, use that 1 smoke left on Art to try and close the space down a little bit, but still gonna be tough to get onto the site because Rez will just spam down as soon as that ball plant sound comes out, and then PR moves into the open. Snacks is with him, and once again Sadson trying to save the AWP. He does get a shot this time, and he'll drop all the way down Banana, but Tauson is there to try and prevent the save from happening. So Sadson readies himself, Tauson waiting in middle, and Sadson showing a little bit too much. He does get past the angle.
He'll get away as well. Tauson, that was his chance, and he doesn't want to re-peek in anything. So the AWP gets brought forward yet again. And even though it's been here time after time, round after round, it hasn't found anything for Legacy. It hasn't given them any chances. But at least he's still got it. AK-47's coming out, Dumal, Nissim, and Lotto. Galil on Art and Utility, but now lost 5 rounds in a row. And they need somebody. They need something like Dumal. Now also the issue is you're not getting that Dumal performance that you had on the first 2 maps. Even in a loss on Ancient, he was really, really strong, having good impact, finding you kills, laboring at the moment.
Yeah, they don't have that momentum you mentioned from that first map, right? You said that they were a momentum-based team. They definitely had it at Mirage. They do not have it at all here on Inferno. Someone has to deliver, and Dumal all the way towards top banana. He's got some space to play with already.
Yeah, he's forced a lot of counter utility out. Early Molotov to be dropping, smokes as well coming in, so he's at least chewed up some of the utility at this B bomb site if they want to re-aggress it later. Last couple times they've come to this site, they've been stalled out and had to execute through smoke or wait for smoke to fade. Forcing one out early like this might change that fact.
Well, flashes at they're ready to be thrown into this B bomb site. You got to deal with that PR Snacks combo that's been so strong.
It's just a Molotov that Snacks can deploy to delay things.
And well, flash goes up. Will that be effective? Snacks not peeking out just yet. Hiding away. The second oranges goes into the peak eventually, just the one. The rotation now arriving. Rez and Hypex getting over towards CT spawn, but they're already in the site. Bomb plant going to be coming through. And a retake required of GamerLegion with 1 piece of utility left. A single flashbang.
Yeah, but because of the utility, Legacy could never get comfortable in their positions.
Now, good kill from PR. That's the advantage now picked up for GamerLegion. Sadsin now looking down towards Hypex, waiting for that overextension, but the flash effective. Lato takes the headshot on Rez. GamerLegion have to get a move on, but they're losing members every time they step forward. And so it's really difficult to see how Legacy are going to let this one go. Lato with a great headshot down towards CT spawn. And Hypex committed in the church. There's no falling back from this one. Nissim's at the ready. And Legacy finally getting themselves another round victory.
Much, much needed. And this one is just, I mean, they got in before Snacks could even drop the Molotov as well. Starting to get way more aggressive at the B bomb site. Dumal's had a couple of those cheeky kills with the Tech 9, then the AK-47 later on where he caught a few players off guard. I think he's feeling that that's a position he can flex. And even though he doesn't get kills, just applying the pressure still has impact. But a lovely round from Lotto with the triple kill. He gets up to 4 frags total in the first 8 rounds of play. And GamerLegion, even though things have been going pretty good, 5 rounds straight, not even only losing 3 players during that stretch. Plenty of money.
Well, winning that last round for Legacy at least keeps the dream of a competitive first half going, right? It felt like if they lost that, it could have just been that super one-sided half coming in from GamerLegion.
And we haven't seen that yet in this series. Both teams have been so comfortable and dominant on their own map picks that we haven't seen any kind of back and forth affair. We haven't had to see these teams kind of deal with the pressure of a map slipping away or a team coming back. Or just a team keeping it close even.
Rez, 66 HP, all he's got left here. Dumal trying to backtrack, he will, and lands a shot straight through that smoke, so his PR gone. Dumal's done well to get the opening, and then it's not for free, he does take damage from the utility.
Yeah, but it's a sketchy fight when you're trying to dodge Molotovs and HE grenades, so good on him to get that. A little bit of aggression from Rez, he wants to swing. Molotov out. Okay, defense and getting harassed and backing away behind the sandbags. Art's still here, and Hypex has shifted over as well. The unexpected 3rd player arrives.
Oh, Art into the open. Dead at the hand of Hypex. Now the Snacks goes. But Dumal ready even for that. Down to 30 HP. Finally someone dealing with Dumal, but the bomb's gone towards top mid.
They have to go now. That's everyone except for Tauson. They know all their locations. Might be missing the window of opportunity. They needed that kill. Hypex arrives to turn it into a 2-on-2, but Lotto's still here.
Yeah, so Rez it is. Last through top mid. Satsin reads it. Ready for Rez. Stepping into the open. Quick shot. A slight gap through that boiler door, and Rez taken down. Legacy Still in this, getting into Inferno finally.
Yeah, this T-side building up to a nice place. I mean, they've had the tough task as well of grinding up an economy of GamerLegion that just seemed insurmountable. But finally, they forced them to buy everything, all the money they have to spend. GamerLegion's gonna be on a breaking point. If Legacy can win this round, they might just leave this half with a lead.
Almost seemed unthinkable that they'd be able to get themselves into this position. Legacy arriving at just the right time in this first half.
All that attention towards B for a number of rounds. Now Legacy switches things up. All 5 players are here.
4 players in GamerLegion in position as well. It's about to be a bloodbath over on this A site. Whose blood will spill first? Snacks waits in the cubby. Grenade goes in, dropping him down to 46 HP. Utility has made sure that Hypex cannot help him out. Snacks is going to die here. Surely not going to be able to do much at all because the grenades are coming for him. It takes a while, but they get rid of Snacks. Hypex avenges him. But he can't get a multi-kill because he's held back behind Utility.
This is awkward from Legacy. A very slow hit. Oh, they could find it. That was a great look for Dumao.
Yeah,
and now Legacy wants to back away to the other side of the map, and they got to hustle before GamerLegion figure it out.
Dude, it's a very quiet map from Tauson, but that's a very important kill to keep the numbers ahead here for GamerLegion. You've got the rotation for PR having to come back to this B side, but will he get there in time to do anything about this?
There's one smoke on Nissim for the cross.
Well, the flash comes in. It's a desperate attempt to try and slow them down because he realizes he's out of position. Now spamming just a little bit too early, so not going to be able to connect to anybody as they move their way into the site. But the fire will make things uncomfortable.
Oh my God.
A quick reaction in the open. Will PR step into it? No. Just misses out on the chance. But now he needs to stay alive. He needs to play his life because his teammates are rotating over. GamerLegion have the player advantage, but they've got no utility for this. One kit. Legacy playing for the tied game. Sadson, oh, he's gonna step up. 2 towards CT spawn, a 3rd from Sadson. And he stands up because there was so many frustrating rounds where that AWP couldn't get into the game. But at this crucial point towards the end of the first half, it's Sadson with a 3K.
So patient, bringing that up forward and always getting stalled out. What a good return on your investment. This game has changed entirely. Legacy now demolishes the economy, takes the money away from GamerLegion right as they tie things up. 2 rounds remaining in this first half. And Legacy have battled back 3 rounds in a row. They have the advantages now, looking to leave this half with a lead on the scoreboard. So patient, the double nade as well, knowing Snacks was there, not panicking, not trying to swing, not being overly aggressive. And Sadson just punishes them on the retake.
Yeah, 10-2. He really has started to commit to his own here on the 3rd and final map. Great to see this from Sadson. Just so many rounds where he just felt like he couldn't get involved. He bided his time, and that AWP does enter the feed.
All right, stacked to the B bomb site for GamerLegion. Around they bring only pistols. They're trying to scrape together everything they can for the final round of the half.
3 in a row so far from Legacy. It's been a half of streaks.
And you know, they've done a good job. Art's done a good job of hitting both bomb sites. So, I mean, it's not easy for GamerLegion in a round like this to pick which site you want to stack. Maybe you think it would be great early on because you've had some of that B pressure. We've seen the aggression pick up as this half has worn on from Legacy. At the moment on the wrong side of the map.
Yeah, the nade's starting to come through as well. The only player here for GamerLegion is Tauson with a P250.
It's the 3rd time Legacy has run this kind of wrap tactic around the A bomb site. But they're not going to commit. They're actually going to wrap through CT spawn.
This is what GamerLegion wants, right? They want you to try and come towards this B site.
They just don't want you coming through CT spawn. The edge of the AK-47s in this wraparound is going to be really, really strong into the bomb site.
Well, at least you've got the numbers here. Will it be enough? Trying to block them, slow them down. The stack is here on the B site.
You can bail out. Yeah, you can call this off.
You can send Dumao forward, but he gets taken down by Rez, and now you really have to go back to this A site. 30 seconds left. What can Tauson do?
I mean, one kill would be something special. If you just peek up and find Art for some reason, Smoke is going to block his vision, so he's biding his time, staying patient, and maybe they'll expect that all 5 are at the B bomb site. This flank is coming quick, though. They need to handle this situation right now.
Well, they spotted Tauson's head. It wasn't down, so the Glock just gets rid of him without issue. Now Sadson in pit. Once he's buried himself in here, it's going to be so tough to get him out of there. The AWP at the ready, the rifle's in the sight, and there's just no way you're letting this one go if you're Legacy. Hypex to also fall it short, and it's 6-5. It is Legacy in the lead of the game.
Yeah, a few stumbling blocks there in that round, but Legacy works their way around all of them. And one chance for Legacy to extend this to 7-5. And GamerLegion looking to tie things up. Looking to recover that staunch defense they had for 5 rounds straight. 3 men start at the B bomb site for GamerLegion. Hypex gonna peek down middle. Ain't nobody swinging wide on his position. The clash is in Banana, and it's Sadson again.
Yeah, great kill from Sadson. Snacks dropped the car early on. Again, this all provided impact. A 13-2 half so far, and it could get even better for Sadson.
Oh, I think they're just going to find a timing to go back to the A bomb site, hit an uppercut.
Well, Tauson's had a really tough half. Hasn't been able to deliver the usual impact. Here he is now, though. That's 2. Much better from Tauson on the lineup.
That's unfortunate because Legacy gave up all their standing at the B bomb site to come back to join up with that attack. It goes a little bit early, and they have no chance of combining with it.
3 players defending A. 1 inside of the site in Hypex. Rez at Library. And in the pit, Tauson stands. Legacy will put some utility in place, smoking out the Library. Flash to force Rez back, giving some space for Legacy to play with at the 50-second mark in the round. In pursuit of 5 rounds in a row here, Legacy.
Oh, they're going to boost up, but Rez is wrapping around through spawn. Oh, that's a good find. That's a really good find, but can Ark get away? He's got the bomb.
Well, Rez just nips out at the perfect time to make sure the trade comes in. Art in a tough spot. If they can find Hypex, then it's back on, but the bomb goes down. It's got to be Sadson. 1v3, 25 seconds. Sadson dropping Hypex. Smoke up, has to get to the bomb. And he can. He's recovered it. Sadson's had a stellar half, but this will be a superstar clutch. Sadson waiting in the sight. Not going to go for it straight away. He fakes it. He pulls them into the open. No way, Sadson.
7 seconds.
Goes for the commitment. Sadson off and into the open, but PR lands the headshot. An extra round grabbed by GamerLegion right at the end. A tied half here on Inferno. It's still up for grabs for both teams heading to the grand final.
Both these teams with surprising runs into the playoffs, into the semifinals here at the Intel Extreme Masters Atlanta. And both of those runs could just fall by the wayside with a loss here. Impressive from both these teams popping off here in Atlanta, but we're in one final half of Counter-Strike. One of these teams goes to the grand final. One of these two teams goes home. Neither of them wants to be that guy. So let's get it on Inferno this last half to decide our first grand finalists. And Legacy has switched over to the defense.
Almost a decade ago, Snacks got into the grand final in Atlanta. He's looking to do it again, this time calling his way to it. GamerLegion now on the T side and going quite quickly up through middle all the way to the archway, wrapping around long. Sadson detecting them early on. Can he connect any shots though? That's the different question, and he hasn't been able to do anything just yet until now. Headshot lands, Dumal getting involved as well, but eventually GamerLegion will overwhelm the site and the bomb will be planted.
Yeah, really strong positions as well. Hypex has just got up into halls, PR over in the pit at the broken wall, and Snacks inside the bomb site. Really hard to clear out all three of these positions. But it's Dumal and Lado. It's the duo, the pairing on Legacy that they lean on to bring them through these moments.
Stepping in. Chopra is not finding their target just yet, but look how close Dumal is getting to the pit. PR, there's a surprise. Dumal's right in front of him. Now moving in, Lato's got the headshot. All of a sudden, it's Hypex having to win it here for GamerLegion. The defuse is happening. Hypex has got to get to it. It's not planted for him, and the pistol's out. It goes down, and just about. Oh, it's done. They got it to go off. And Hypex will go down. So there we go. The bomb blasts off. A round picked up, the pistol won, and GamerLegion in the last second.
That was so close through the hot swap. As he runs out of bullets with the Glock. What great finds from Dumal and Lado. This running out of bullets, one left, swaps out to the USP and manages to find it right at the end.
Yeah, just a relief on his face as well as he leans back in that chair. Been able to pick up that clutch last second because that suddenly became a round that Legacy had no shot at winning. And then they were on the defuse, they were getting all the essential kills.
He had that last second clutch yesterday as well in the quarterfinal. He's just been clutch as hell in these playoffs.
Yeah, right down to the wire as well. Incredible stuff from Hypex again.
All right, investment in this second round though for Legacy, so they're not done fighting. They don't want to just relinquish the momentum and control early on. They want to wrestle that back. Dumal trying to pump off his chest with retake banana utility. They're showing that smoke as if they want to play behind it, trying to keep them away from the B-bomb site as long as possible. Funnel them towards the stack.
Yeah, frustrating for Legacy to come so close to that.
No one shifting yet, and no one making a move. Now they realize as Dumal goes down, B-bomb site is compromised. Oh no, not a trade. What a spin from Rez. Lack of head armor undoing Art, and now we just walk into the B-bomb site.
Yeah, Lato trying to do something about it with a 5-7, but it's not going to be enough to do anything worth talking about. Spam back. Some damage done towards Lato.
Yeah, and if you're Legacy, you just save these pistols and armor the MP9 on Sadson, and you just call it. Look at Sadson, he's 17-4 on this third and deciding map. Unfortunately for him, this is the map where Dumal has been a little bit more quiet, a little bit more contained. Nobody else in double digits for the Legacy side. So they regained the lead, Legacy, right at the end of the first half. Aren't able to extend it. And GamerLegion grab it right back a couple rounds later in the pistol. Eight to 6.
Getting the start they're looking for here at GamerLegion. And Legacy are going to have some belief in themselves, obviously, with the way they were able to come back into that first half.
It's like he had to give a second swipe of the hand as well. It was like you saw him stop at the edge of the mouse pad. Here we go, round 15.
Yeah, Mag 7 for Art, MP9 and Mag 10 on the rest, and 5-7s coming out. So, you know, there's definitely a chance in this round for Legacy to be disruptive. But GamerLegion, very likely they head up to 9-6.
These are the kind of buys that get Art in some hot water on the outside, criticizing, you know, you can make the argument that buying here while the rest of your team has some money built up, you're going to be missing a weapon in the next round. And is it really worth it to spend the cash when next round is the bigger priority?
Well, let's see if we can do it on the max 7. He goes for the jump shot. Tauson ready for that kind of play, so lands the headshot, no issue against Art, and they'll drop back here Legacy with a player deficit.
Yeah, not worth it. We figured that one out quick. And still no slide to the B bomb site. Gonna trust in the utility of Dumao to hold these guys back as long as possible. Now we're starting to see it on that final smoke. All the pressure behind it that Dumao senses. Nissim, Lado, and Sadzin are rotating over. GamerLegion at the moment feels pretty committed, but there's 50 seconds on the clock. They don't have to move forward. And GamerLegion will stick to this, so it's going to be a clash. 4 defenders, 5 attackers with advantage of weaponry and utility.
Yeah,
but surprises on the side of Legacy.
Yeah, exactly. A chance for Legacy to win a round here. This can be a difficult round. Snacks going in with a Mac 10. Time starting to become very limited. Getting spammed out through CT and the site. Even numbers, but in the end, GamerLegion finding the important frags. 10 seconds left in the cover of the fountain. We'll make sure that bomb plant comes in. Lato now steps into an impossible 1v3. They know where he is. Just in behind the coffin, so it's PR to attack him with a headshot. And another round collected here for GamerLegion. 9-6 into the lead. And we'll see Legacy start to bring together that buy. So Sadzin's going to get the AWP out. The damage to Art's economy, you can see that he's going to have to play with an MP9. But the rest of the players will get the rifles they're looking for, and plenty of utility here for Legacy.
I'm glad that we see Legacy kind of forcing and prioritizing Sadzin getting that AWP out, because, I mean, let's be real, you lose this one, you don't really have a whole lot of opportunities to get back into the map. So very important gun round for Legacy. Sadzin's AWP is going to be at the A bomb site, joined up by Nissim and Art in defense, Dumao and Lado to defend the B bomb site.
Alright, so GamerLegion going to get a couple of players into the bedroom. Raz hopping up there with PR.
And Dumao wasting no time being aggressive on the CT side. Sadzin misses the timing, he does get away.
Yeah, great flashbang to get Sadzin off the angle, giving some space on over here for GamerLegion. It was a 1-for-1 as Nissim does well to get at least one pick, but look at this. Hypex filtering through the back lines. Art not ready. Uncomfortable as Art goes down. You need Sadzin, and great shot. Fantastic flick up onto the balcony.
How much can you ask of him, though?
You have to ask everything, and he just can't deliver that. So Tauson with a follow-up headshot. GamerLegion again with the advantage, and this time they're in the A-bomb site.
Yeah, I mean, you see the AWP, and the AWP is the problem, but instead of attacking it directly, GamerLegion's able to find the kills on all of his supporting elements. All of the teammates that are meant to keep him safe and keep some space between him and the rifles, they go down, and there's nothing for him to do. A 10th round for GamerLegion. Marching towards those grand finals.
Yeah, I'm not counting Legacy out just yet. Just with the way they were able to flip it in that first half, right? It looked like they were down and out through the starting of that game. We had 5 rounds in a row picked up from GamerLegion in that first half, and then Legacy go on a streak of their own to become competitive again. They're going to have to try and dig deep and find that resolve once more.
And I mean, the issue is you just don't have, you're in a position where you won't have the resources you'd want to get this started. These 2 M4s are nice to have. I think we'll see a timeout out of Legacy to talk over the money, because that's probably the biggest issue. That's probably the biggest obstacle they have if they want to keep fighting back. First timeout called by Legacy, so plenty to burn if they can make this comeback happen, if they can get it started. But you're right on the edge, and if you can force a buyout here with some dropped weapons over. And Legacy's just gonna go for it. 6-10. They will not have the AWP, but they've got 4 M4s in the MP9 on Art. If you're GamerLegion, you're loving this at the moment, because you got your whole team firing on all cylinders. Rez delivering for you. Tauson as well. Hypex and PR. Snacks as the caller has done a phenomenal job in this second half. Yet to lose a round, 4 straight to open it up. So GamerLegion is here and 3 rounds away from the grand finals.
Yeah, we know their strengths on the T side of Inferno. There's some great set pieces here as well. going to be so tough for Legacy, but see if they can find it in them. Good damage here towards Hypex. 25 HP left on the AWP. The round has just started. You got Tauson and Banana. Not seeing anything else, not seeing any further utility or any challenges coming in from Legacy, which is quite often the style that we see from them once they get going on the CT side, right? We'll see Dumao get aggressive, we'll see them really challenge, but they don't really have that luxury at the moment to play their usual style.
You also have the weight of the moment on your shoulders, and no one wants to be that guy who makes a silly play through smoke to die when you're down by 4. On the verge of being eliminated from the semifinals.
And obviously in this round specifically, they've got one player on the B bomb, so that's Dumao alone, which is freeing up the 4 remaining defenders to play in towards the A bomb site, hoping GamerLegion come to A, and that's exactly what's happening right now. You've got this crossfire. Sadsin with 2 teammates on the opposite side, but it doesn't matter. GamerLegion coming through, charging through middle, and they've got the 3 first kills. Nissim can't deliver anything, and the stack on the A bomb site is gone. GamerLegion in 11 rounds to 6, and surely a huge step closer to that grand final.
And you had everything there. That's the exact fight you wanted, the exact round you wanted if you're Legacy. And that's got to be a terrible feeling, a sinking feeling in your gut, that even when you have everything you want, you still can't win a round. And Tauson eliminates Dumao to take everything away.
Oh, there's no money as well here for Legacy. They don't have the resources to compete against GamerLegion right now.
I think they're going to buy. I think they're going to go for it once again. They have 2 more timeouts if they want to use them. Just perfectly played. Sadsin spotted out by Rez. Molotov to force him into the open, make it a clean shot. And there's no way Nissim is recovering that.
Well, they have invested, not everything. They've left some money over, but not a great amount. They've got the AWP out for Sadsin, a Max 7 for our MP9, 5.7, and 1 single M4 here for Legacy. It's been a great event from them, but this might be the end of it. GamerLegion in search of series point.
Nissim and Sadsin aggressive in A-holes. On the defense, just peering down deep. Nissim can have a fast flank. All the attention at the moment towards Banana. Double nade on the position of Snacks. So an advantage found. And with a bit more presence deep down Banana from Legacy, GamerLegion might be forced to readdress to the A bomb site.
Taking the time, moving through top mid. This time a lot less resistance than in the previous round for GamerLegion to deal with. They've got Lado now stepping out of the archway, taking damage down to 19. And he'll fall away behind smoke cover. The aggression for Art jumping around the corner. You need the trade, and Dumao's got it.
Okay, well, here's Lado waiting for this play through smoke. PR's going to give it to him. Easy kill with the 5-7. Yeah, they've been whittled down. Rare missed shot from Sadsin, but he recovers the situation.
Now it's Rez. Missed shots going past him. Sends a grenade on in.
Damn.
And well, we've been talking a lot about Rez, haven't we? About how good he's been. Well, this would be a big moment for him to prove it, to take that step to series point. Rez looking for the clutch. They're coming at him, but Rez, that first headshot's so good. It's now just Dumao and Rez back in America, playing the best Counter-Strike he can. And Rez has taken GamerLegion to map point in the semifinals. That is the kind of clutch that makes you believe that it's over.
Best start to the year Rez has had in his long, long career, and still delivering now that we're in the playoffs. So comfortable. Look how confident he is, just jumping into the fight, not slowing down whatsoever.
Once he gets that clean headshot out long, and he has all the time to compose himself for that final kill against Dumao, there's never a doubt Rez is going to go on to win that one.
It's all gone wrong for Legacy here in this second half. Their defense has not been able to stop anything. Deja vu back to the first map in this series where GamerLegion just picked them apart piece by piece. And one final desperate switch for Legacy's defense. The double up setup coming out. Art with one, Sadsin with the other. Trying desperately to find that spark to reignite him.
Needs to be perfect just to force overtime. Tauson dead first. Snacks with the opening kill. One step towards victory. One step towards the grand final. Dumao dead in smoke. Against Legacy, it is the Legacy players of GamerLegion finding the impact to open up this final round. Rez and Snacks into a 5v3. And they've got all the time in the world.
Legacy's gonna have to get aggressive at some point to figure out what's going on the map. Nissim doing everything he can to find something. Art just lies in wait.
He goes into the open, he's going aggressive, living and dying by the sword. Art going for the aggressive play that he hopes can pull it back, but it won't.
Oh my
because
God.
Rez and Tauson have delivered, and it's just Nissim left. Snacks on low HP, just about getting away from that grenade, but it doesn't matter. GamerLegion go through the formalities. But they know they're in the grand finals of the Intel Extreme Masters Atlanta. Almost a decade on from Snacks playing in the major final in Atlanta. He will be there again.
GamerLegion's first grand final of this quality S-tier grand final all year long. Everything has worked out, bringing Snacks back. Hypex has stepped up for this team, and they look scary headed into the grand finals.
It's been a great run in the USA. First in Texas, that's where they first surprised us out in Fort Worth, but they've kept that momentum up. They came in with a positive attitude, new